Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I went out into the wasteland, hunting for Nomad. I found bodies strewn about the ground. Unfortunately, no Nomad. Instead, I found Doku, so I brought him back instead. All yours, mate.
Wait, there were bodies? Here I am sitting around chewing bark.
No, that's not bark, mate. That's really not bark.
Was it? Uh, I'm not going to ask if it was beef jerky or not. I think I already know the answer.
Yeah, it's jerky. I'm not saying it's beef, but it's definitely jerky.
Does this qualify as family friendly? I don't think we've said anything bad up until now. It's just beef
No, we
jerky.
haven't. Exactly. No swear words have been said, and yes, I am keeping an eye on the time.
I I don't, I don't even know if I can, I'll save it for 5 minutes just in case. Because,
Yeah, yeah.
anyways, how are
Yeah.
you? How are you doing this morning, Jensen?
I'm doing quite fine, thank you very much, sir. And how are you?
I'm not doing too bad, although I'm still wondering about that weird. I don't know if it's supposed to be an anarchy thing or if that's a logo for. Either way, something was on the car hood this morning. It's like an A in a circle, but not. I don't know.
Yeah,
It, and I
yeah.
did double check to see if it was if there was any other cars or anything. Nope, just mine.
I'm telling you, mate, aliens. Seriously, they now know who to target, and that is the thing. Just remember, okay, in Lord of the Rings, Gandalf put a invisible symbol on the door so as the dwarves knew which house to go to. I do need to ask how the hell they saw it since it's invisible sigil. Let's not worry about that right now. I reckon that's what's happened to you. It's just, again, you've seen this so-called invisible symbol.
I
Just
I
go.
guess it. Again, I'll share the screen just so our one viewer, Matt, thank you for joining us, knows
We have a
exactly.
Jacob. We have a Jacob as well. Thank you.
Oh, okay, Matt and
Hmm.
Jacob. This is what I'm talking about. This looks a little too orderly to be someone who's an anarchist. So I don't know. Avengers Assemble. I got nothing. I don't.
Hey, maybe that is what's happening. You've actually been invited into the Avengers, and they're just waiting for your response.
It's a better explanation than what I have. But do you see what I mean? It's actually very well. It's very symmetrical. It's very well done. It doesn't. If it was done with somebody just doing their finger like across the car hood, then kudos to you.
Yeah. I'm impressed. I'm willing to admit that. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to assume it's snowing like a good one where you live then.
Actually, it wasn't too bad. I didn't get caught up in anything terribly heavy.
Okay, good.
Although it is cold as all hell outside, I'll say that much.
Yeah.
I can't walk outside to have a smoke for longer than like 2 minutes because even with gloves on, that shit just goes straight through your freaking bones. And
And you managed to use the word naughty, naughty.
you know what? Fuck it. Fuck you.
And Jacob, what you're looking at is Doku's collection of cocaine. Okay. Can't you tell?
But anyways, speaking speaking of YouTube, and also fuck YouTube, and I don't care,
Mhm.
Susan, ban us if you want. I'm surprised you haven't already.
So mate, I'm really quite shocked. Some of the stuff we've said.
Well, it's kind of more annoying where we can talk all the shit that we want, but yeah, go back like 3 years ago when it was still Red Eye, and you're gonna flag us for something Farty or Cabby said. Like
Yeah.
it just, I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of insulted about that.
Get us for what we've said. Don't get us for what other people have said, man. Come on.
I know
Oh,
it's
come
like,
on, man.
come on, man. I got to start talking about corn pop over here.
I had to do it. I had to. I'm sorry. Hmm.
But speaking of YouTube,
Yeah.
first off, YouTube can go fuck itself. But I have to tip my hat to Spotify. I really do.
Right, this will be about the Neil Young thing then, yeah?
In part.
Okay.
I mean, that's just funny. Either you get rid of Joe Rogan or you get rid of me.
Bye.
Spotify. Spotify. I love the meme. It's the NPC and the Chad meme. Just your
Yep.
terms are acceptable.
Yep.
It's like, all right, well, see ya.
Yep.
You need us more than we need you.
Yeah.
And oh, by the way, Neil, have you seen how many viewers Joe Rogan gets just on a one single podcast? Do you really think you carry as much weight as this guy? I mean, bold of you to do, and I'm not saying this as a pun, but it's going to be taken as such, and more power
Mhm.
to you. But I will tip my hat to Neil Young for having the balls to try to stand up to Joe Rogan.
Yeah.
No, I think it's dumb. I don't agree with him, but again, dude,
Mhm.
Joe Rogan trends like every other day on Twitter. Nobody remembers who the fuck you are. But but again, it's a ballsy move. I have to respect the ballsy move.
I've actually had to explain to people who Neil Young is. They've
Well,
literally said, "So who is this Neil Young then?" And I've actually had to go through and explain it. And it's like, "Oh, I think I've heard of them." Yeah.
yeah. Well, apparently there's another artist who I don't know
Mm.
who tried to come out and pull a Neil Young 2.0 and said, "If you're gonna get rid of Neil Young, then you got to get rid of me." It, do you did, did you see how long it took Spotify to tell Neil Young to go pound sand? I I mean, if again, I have to respect the ballsy move. If that's the hill you choose, then so be it. But I'm not sure it's the smartest decision in the world.
No, no. Definitely a pack your bag moment at that point, isn't it? You know. But hey, look, like you said, they had the scrotum to actually go through and actually say it. Granted, dear old Neil at that point changed what he said and like, no, 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 I didn't. Oh, damn, as they turfed him, which still tickles me. But yeah,
Now,
at least
now
he had the guts.
see that part is the one that's deserving of criticism because again, if you choose that hill, that's
Hmm.
your hill to die on. Don't try to walk it back.
Nah,
I mean, I can understand why he's not exactly making music anymore. So you're kind of again, I know the guy has a lot of money, so it's not like he needs it, but if for some reason you want to continue to make money, is Spotify and having your music on Spotify is probably the best bet you're gonna get. So I don't know why you would toss your penny bank at the wall and then take all the change and toss it out the window. That again just doesn't sound like a smart idea. But
yeah,
if it was just a thing of based on principles, if you continue to platform Joe Rogan, then I don't want to be a part of it, and you stuck to that, even knowing you're about to get yeeted off the platform, I could respect. Where
yeah.
I have to retract my respect is when you try to walk it back when Spotify said, okay, deal. See ya.
Hmm. Yeah. I don't actually get it. Okay. Now, I'm willing to be wrong with the numbers here, but apparently, dear old Joe Rogan gets in the multiple millions of views.
I think his average viewership is like 11 million per show, something like that.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot.
So
It's,
basically, if he gets $1 a show, he's getting more money than Neil Young probably is getting ever.
I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan is probably the actually I would be willing to bet money, and if I'm wrong, toss me your PayPal. I'll give you $5. I'll make the bet right now. I'm pretty sure Joe Rogan is the largest and most popular thing that Spotify has for their platform.
Yeah. You might want to say hi to Kim. She's in chat.
Hello, Kim. But yeah, it again, I almost had respect for Neil Young until it was like, wait, no, please don't cancel me. It's like, bro, those were the terms you said. They
Yeah.
stand by it. But I guess back to the point is I have to say I have respect for Spotify going, Yeah, just because you have a large Twitter following and the outrage mob is going to be loud and complain and trend some hashtag cancel Spotify or this, that. They're just like, no, fuck you.
Yeah, yeah.
Because let's be honest, dude, YouTube would have bent the knee it would have, in the same 24 hours it took Spotify to tell Neil Young to go pound sand, YouTube would have been like, I'm sorry, don't talk bad about us on Twitter.
Yeah, no, it's true. Yeah, something Jacob said, and I know you're going to have a hard time believing this, but I actually agree with Jacob here. Unless his name is Phil Collins and or David Bowie, it's not, complaining about, I'm going to remove my shit unless you get rid of this guy is not going to do a lot. Let's be fair. Can you honestly think of anyone else that even comes close?
Oh, the thing is, Collins and Bowie have a lot more pull than Neil Young does, so maybe
By a
then you
factor.
actually might have a chance.
Yeah. They would register it. It'd be like, I wonder, should we? And then they'd probably say, nah, so that carry on anyway. Like, I don't know if this is true, but I've heard that Spotify said, well, we hope him really well, and if you, when he's ready to come back to us, we'll consider it.
Well,
Consider it. I mean, damn.
well,
Bitch slapped.
well, here's the other thing. So yeah, you have people like Neil Young coming, if you don't get rid of Joe Rogan, then you can't put my music on your platform. But at the same time, just a week ago, I think it was Eric Clapton that came out in support of Joe Rogan, who I'm gonna go out on a limb here and guess. I'm pretty sure people know who Eric Clapton is, at least more people than people who know who Neil Young is. So
Yeah, but dude, that's because if you play the first 2 seconds of Layla, everybody knows what that is. Okay, you may not know the name, you may not know the band, but you play the first 3 seconds, and everyone automatically goes to air guitar mode, and they already know what's being played. It just is what it is.
And again, that's the thing. You have Spotify. Even if Spotify was contemplating, do we pick Neil Young or do we pick Joe Rogan? You know what's going to happen? Like, let's just say management is like, I don't know what direction to take this. You know, an accountant's going to go, well, Joe Rogan's getting 11 million views and making us this much money, and this is how much money Neil Young is making us. That's going to settle your decision right there real quick.
Fair. From Matt, it might have been Springsteen, and yet again another name that you can just turn around and go, has a very, very tiny percentage chance to get Spotify's attention, but pretty much not happening, dude. Okay, just you would really be hard pressed to pick a music star that could actually pull that line who isn't, oh, I don't know, the Beatles. And even then, I still think they're going to be, should we, shouldn't we? That one, what do you think?
Even then, I would bet money it's going to go down to who's pulling in the most views for our platform.
Yeah,
so
that's true.
Unless you can break 10 million, good luck. Because again, unlike Facebook, YouTube, and Twitter, and all the other platforms that I guess are concerned about their public image, from what I can gather, Spotify is very much about the bottom line.
He's saying that Springsteen was probably supporting Joe Rogan. I apologize, Matt.
Oh, it probably was. I can't remember who came out. Because to be honest, I'll put it to you this way. It's like every freaking day, if it's not Tim Pool trending, it's freaking Joe Rogan. And if it's not Tim Pool and Joe Rogan, then it's freaking Vosh. And this has been a round robin for the past, 4 weeks, 5 weeks now?
Wow. Okay.
I wish I was being hyperbolic about that, but dude, I'm not joking. It's like every freaking day. If it's not Tim Pool, it's Joe Rogan. If it's not Joe Rogan, it's Vosh. If it's not any of the three of them, it's two of them combined. And if it's not two of them combined, it's all three at the same fucking time.
Oh, as we're talking about Twitter, I notice that the guy Sean has found your The Coward.
Oh yeah, I did see that.
I'm
I
not
did
I'm
see
not
that.
giving him a name. He is the coward, and he will always be the coward, and that's all I'm ever going to call him.
I actually do hope Ranting Monkey decides. I don't think he has the time, nor does he care enough to really scroll back through my garbage Twitter feed. Because I will admit it's garbage. It's a
Hmm.
stream of consciousness. It There's not much of substance there. It's mostly me making fun of people. But if he ever did go back, I
Hmm.
would love to hear Ranting Monkey's take on some of, as you so accurately put it, the coward,
Hmm.
and just get his 2 cents on it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I'm a bit disappointed that the good doctor has stopped responding to my tweets. He hasn't responded to me in like over a year now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
I still think it would have been funny if we could have had him on A to talk to and B to just push MC in front of him and walk off and eat popcorn. Because those two would have just gone off at each other and it'd been funny as all hell.
Oh, that would if I could pay money for front row seats for MC versus Harpine,
Hmm.
hey, take my $10 and I'll pay an extra 10 for the popcorn and a couple of beers. Because good lord, that would be one hell of a show.
It would, though, wouldn't it? I'm trying not to laugh too loudly, but God, that would be hilarious. I would love it.
Well,
Just because you'd have Harpine giving it some, MC losing his living shit, and then Harpine trying to say something and just not standing a hope in hell of getting a word in edgeways.
that's why it would be funny.
Yeah, I
Let's
mean,
be honest. Almost
go on.
every single response that Harpine ever gave to me was in the form of a quote tweet, and
Yep.
and as much as it annoys me, I do it as well because yeah, when you quote tweet someone, it's going to have your followers see it as opposed to if you just do a direct response. I understand the tactic and why people do it. They're trying to get someone to dogpile you. The fact of the matter is, I think Harpine only ever got like 2 or 3 people to come to his defense. I'm pretty confident I got more than that.
So that's what quote tweeting is. Okay. Shows how little I know about Twitter, doesn't it? Let's be honest.
I only found this out the hard way because someone actually told me why people quote tweet you as opposed to direct responses, which is why I started doing it back. But because it's kind of a undercover dick move. It
Ah,
So like if I made a tweet and then somebody quote tweeted it, their followers are going to see it, but my followers aren't going to see their quote tweet response because they're not following the person who quote tweeted it. So it's a way to like try to instigate a
ah.
dog pile.
Okay. All right. That answers that question. All right. Okay. Thank you very much. Good to know. I'm staying away from that button. I have no interest.
Honestly, I do it only for I'll take it back. I'll do it for 3 particular reasons. One,
Hmm.
when someone quote tweets me, I'm just going to quote tweet them back because,
Yep.
two can play at this game. Plus it's funny.
I like your plus. It's funny. That's cute. Yeah.
Uh, so that's my first reason, but it also ties into my second reason. I
Hmm.
like to see I like to see people quote tweet me, and then I quote tweet them, and they get
Hmm.
ratioed, or a bunch of people come in and call them idiots, and then they get mad because I quote tweeted them and start saying you did that because you're trying to dogpile me. It's like you quote tweeted me first, bitch. Here, I'll show you the screenshot,
Yep.
and then they get real quiet or they block me because again, it's funny. And you'd be surprised. There's a lot of people who are trying
Yeah.
to pull that dogpiling bullshit tactic on you, and then get mad when you do it back to them.
Yep. Of course.
Oh no, it's freaking hilarious.
How dare you do what I'm doing? You're not allowed to do that. It's kind of
Yeah,
funny.
it it's amusing, but it's also kind of pathetic. I almost feel bad,
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah.
But the third reason I'll quote tweet something is if I actually have something to say about it, and I usually only do that for like larger, like people who are actually stating like quoting articles or stuff like that, where it's like I actually have legit commentary.
Yeah. Yeah. One thing. Hold up, Ms. Murder. Discord DMs. Carry on, mate.
Hmm.
I just had to send her something, and she's going to lose her living shit because it's cute and it has animals. Okay.
Oh, that says everything I need to know.
Yeah. Hey, I'd send it to you, but it's a video, and you'd have to sit and watch it, and you would sit and watch it because they are just absolutely adorable. It's cats. Deal with it.
Of course, it's cats.
Yeah. I only deal with the intelligent things. You know that.
Yeah, I'll mail you one of mine. They're destructive. Have fun.
That's not really fair to the postman.
Fair point.
Shake, shake. What's this making funny noises? Open, dead.
Oh, it's more so. Yeah, you belong to me now because everything belongs to the cat.
Yes. Yes. Oh. Apparently according to Aaron, apparently on Facebook right now, the independent journalist Telford Live is live streaming the Tommy Robinson March at this moment. Let's hope he does well. Go for
Oh
it, Tommy.
wow.
Oh, sorry, Romy Tobson, because you're not allowed to actually use the name without getting YouTube upset with you. So Romy Tobson, got that?
Well, let's be fair. We've already said Joe Rogan, so I think we're already in the pot and
Mm.
the water is starting to boil.
Yeah, well, thank you for that, though, Aaron. Cool. I'll have a look at that later.
You know, I haven't seen anything regarding Tommy as of late, so that would probably explain why he's probably actually doing something significant. And people don't want, well, people quote unquote, don't want anyone else to know about it.
Dude, he is in Telford. What do you think that they are going to be doing with him being in Telford? Do you think that they might be trying to claim my racism, my right wing, etc., etc., seeing as he's up there?
You know, it's funny you brought that up, and Aaron, thank you because this is an excellent segue.
Mm-hmm.
You've
Well,
heard.
before you do, no, Matt, we actually don't waste our time. We just let them walk along. And if they're the wrong colour of skin, i.e., Caucasian, we beat 7 bells of crap out of them. If they're the correct ones, i.e., darker than Caucasian, we let them beat the crap out of all the white people too. That's how it works over here, mate. Carry on, Doku.
Yeah, it's a much more straightforward approach when you think about it.
Hey, we're honest.
So it's funny, and because this is a segue into two things I wanted to bring up, one of which I'd forgotten about. So, Aaron, I appreciate that. So, Jensen, I'll let you decide. Do you want to go with the Freedom Convoy, or do you want to go with the ADL? Which would you like to do first?
Oh, Freedom Convoy, because I know a little bit about that.
So,
Yeah, Ottawa's doing well, isn't it?
So, in regards to the Freedom Convoy, which, if I remember correctly, has been recorded as one of, if not the largest protest convoy in North America, at least, if not the world.
Yep.
Now, I don't know about the claim in the world or in history, but North America, I could probably believe it.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know about you, but in my head, I've got the theme tune of Convoy playing. Just saying.
So
have you now.
I had actually, and I'm doing my best to not let that get stuck in my head. Damn you, Jensen.
Convoy.
Nope, it's not going to happen.
Don't make me sing it. Don't make me sing it.
So I want you to take a wild guess.
Mm-hmm.
How would you refute a convoy that is trying to protest mask mandates? Well, what's your criticism?
Just to check, is this going to connect to the Mr. Blackface Prime Minister of Canada?
Oh, of course it will. He had words to say about it.
You just if that doesn't tell you I know about some of the rubbish he said, you go right ahead, buddy. I'm cool. I'm cool. Go for it.
All right. So, well, first off, apparently this convoy is a fringe group, which
Mm-hmm.
I was not aware that this was a fringe group. So that didn't work.
Yeah.
So then they tried to say it was a group of people protesting icy roads, which, to be fair, there was a much smaller protest that wasn't even in the same location, if I remember correctly, that was indeed protesting a response to winter conditions, but it wasn't the same thing.
Fair.
That didn't work.
One sec. This is awesome. From Matt. Remember the time when Justin's eyebrows fell off? I'm sorry, his eyebrows fell off. What?
I didn't. Yeah, I haven't heard about this. Please elaborate. I am really curious about that.
Yes, please do. This sounds awesome already. I like this as a concept. I mean, this guy is at best useless. In fact, I think useless is making him sound too good.
Well, he was a drama teacher before he was somehow, and I don't know how, but somehow I almost said Canada. Wow, shoot me now. Canada's prime minister.
I'll call it Canada. I've actually become used to that. Shirati, that's what she calls it. And no, Matt, I did not see this. This is all news to me, and I seriously am awaited with bated breath. I want pictures. Okay.
See, I haven't seen it either, and normally I feel like I would have seen something like this.
You know what? You chat. I'm going to try and Google this.
So yeah, of course, the whole it's just a friend movement, and then they're just protesting icy roads. Well, yeah, it obviously didn't work. So we go with the Pavlovian response of it's a bunch of racist and sexist and patriarchal fascists that are protesting our authoritarian government mandate. But yeah, they're the fascists by protesting authoritarian government mandates. I know it's the go-to response. Anyone who disagrees with you, you just brand them a buzzword and then hope the media runs with it and discredit your political or ideological opponent. But really, none of this has anything to do with race or gender or sex or any of that. It was a literal protest in response to you're not allowed in the country unless you have this.
Yeah.
I know. I'll say this very carefully. I know there's a lot of people who get their news in 10 words in 60 minutes who would actually believe this.
Yeah.
But even then, that's still the vast majority, because even people who are left-leaning know exactly what the hell they're protesting and why. Okay. Do you really think that's going to work?
No, but Doku, I've sent you a picture of Trudeau's eyebrows. I'm just going to leave it at that. Do put it up.
Oh.
Yes. Okay, my country has an idiot potato with hair on its head, but somehow mine actually now looks good in comparison.
Yeah, this is something special. I mean, I know he was a drama teacher, but wow. All right, let me go ahead and share for the class real quick.
Oh, I think this will give people a chuckle. Well, it does me, so that's to stream. Check it, people. Just really.
They're not even the same. They're not even the same length. Hey,
no,
bro. I know you're a drama teacher and everything, but damn.
Can you imagine if that was in charge? I mean, okay, this is going to seem a very strange thing to say, but just looking at that picture actually now makes Joe Biden seem good. Yeah.
Caption this.
Oh, wow. It's just horrifying, isn't it? But yeah, there's your picture, mate. Enjoy.
When Michelle Obama and Cardi B walk into the room with you and both their bulges are bigger than yours.
Yeah, but let's be fair. If those three walk into a room, only two of them are men.
Fair enough.
What? Are you disagreeing?
I'm not disagreeing.
yeah.
Oh wow. That
Oh my god, I've worked it out. When Cardi B done that song "WAP," she was talking about him. Do you wish to disagree with me at any point?
No, I don't.
I think I may have derailed whatever hope of communication he has.
Oh, I, I'm very appreciative that Matt brought this to our attention
Yep.
because
Oh, by the way, Doku, next time you hear that tune, you can see that face and then you can see that eyebrow. Just letting you know, if that song ever comes on the radio, you will picture that eyebrow.
yeah, I'm saving that because I am going to caption this and make memes out of it because it's just too damn good.
Yeah.
I'll drop like one a week.
Yep. Hey, Sean.
Oh God.
Yeah. Anyway,
Uh,
you was
speak,
attempting to have a conversation. Impress me.
oh yeah, so we'll move on to well, first I've got like three things in my head now. Unlike wait, do you think he's trying to both be blackface and transgender now?
Oh God.
That definitely looks like it might have been a painted on and not a pasted on eyebrow. Anyway,
Possibly.
I
Yeah.
digress.
Don't. Whoa, 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 whoa. From Sean. Cut those off and you can fletch an arrow. You are so right. You are so right with that. Sorry. Carry on. Go on. Try.
Oh, when you're Cupid's bottom bitch.
Oh gosh. Yeah. Oh, Matt's got the idea. Eyebrowkin. Yes. Oh my god. Oh, that actually suits him so much. It's wrong on so many levels. We have now found out he is an eyebrowkin. I'm okay with this.
When Justin Trudeau lays eyes on Beto O'Rourke for the first time. Oh, I'm sorry, Robert Francis.
Oh my! If you actually cut that and you had Trudeau's face on one side and Buttigieg on the other, looking at each other, that would be perfect, wouldn't it?
Oh,
It's
it
just,
would.
oh wow. Okay, there you go. There's your meme. Get that image together, mate. Just shame voice isn't here because I'm pretty confident he'd actually have that knocked up within about 10 minutes.
I'd shoot him a DM on Discord. I'll drop you the picture. Just give him the picture and let him know what the premise is. Let him work some magic.
You know what? You chat to the nice people. I'm actually going to send that to voice.
Oh no! Wow, I forgot what I was Oh, but yeah, no. So I will find this because yes, apparently the go to response for a bunch of truckers refusing to abide by government authoritarianism is to just claim they're racist, sexist, fascist, whatever. Also, apparently, Tim Horton is boycotting or refusing to serve any truckers that are engaging in the Freedom Convoy. So I'm going to go ahead and just share this for everyone just to show how Pavlovian and low effort the ideological opposition has gotten.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is
I've
just
sent that to
sad.
voice. I've sent it to voice. Wow.
This is where we're at.
Yeah, that's it. Just that image right there has made me want to change everything about my life. Okay, it's just truly amazing.
Yes. Tr- truckers protesting an authoritarian government equals fascism.
Yes.
I, I'm thoroughly convinced these people do not know what fascism actually is.
Of course not.
It's just anyone who disagrees with me politically is a fascist.
Yes. Well, think about it. They've gone from anyone who disagrees with me is a Nazi, a anti-gay. Now they're going for a fascist. They're literally just making up buzzwords. And if you don't agree with me, you're a, and then rolling a dice. What do we put in its place?
Um, you're a supply chain.
Oh my God, Sean's right. The cartoon's racist. Bunch of light coloured trucks and one dark coloured truck. He's right. A racist bastard. Oh, Doku, do it. Do it. You know you want to. You know you want to put that as your tweet to it, don't you? He's doing it. Oh no, come on. Racist has to be in capitals, and you know it.
I never do the capitals thing on Twitter.
Okay. Okay. Mm.
Is that good enough?
That'll do. That's fine.
There we go.
Yes, he did it. Yep. You're not wrong though.
So, so since we're on the topic of racism, which this is a good segue into the ADL thing I wanted to bring up for you guys, let's go ahead and find. I don't even want to say too much of what this is. I just want people to see it for themselves because if you try to say it out loud, oh yeah, first off, I'm just gonna put that
Mm-hmm.
up on the screen. I'll just let you read that for a second because I stand by what I say.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyways,
Mm-hmm.
now that that's done with, where is this? Oh yeah, see Tim Hortons is trying to
Yeah.
refusing to serve all the truckers.
That sounds like such a plan. It's not like truckers drink much in the way of coffee, and this could quite literally shut down Tim Hortons.
Here you go. I'm just gonna let this one set in for you real quick.
Yeah, I'm just going to point out that you guys spelled colour wrong. There's you in there, bitches.
Well, to be fair, in America we usually ignore the U, so I'll give them a pass on that.
So what you're saying, if you're American, you ignore you. Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm beginning to see how this works now.
I'm not gonna comment on that.
Mm-hmm. And I agree with Matt. It's not like they rely on truckers for their supplies. It would be a real shame if Tim Horton didn't get any, oh, I don't know, coffee.
You
That'd
know,
be terrible, wouldn't it?
I didn't even think of that, but Matt, you're
Oh,
100% correct. It seems like a very bold move to be a corporation that's reliant upon the supply chain to refuse service to the people who you rely upon to supply your goods that you then serve to people in order to make a profit and keep the doors open and the lights on.
yeah.
Ballsy. Very
It's like
ballsy.
when the morons in Starbucks were having to go at the police about, we can't have the police near, they're this, they're that. Yeah, it's a great idea. It's not like the police could have your entire place shut down in an instant.
Don't get me
Oh,
wrong, I don't
yes, they
like
can.
the idea of coercion or abusing power or authoritarianism. That is not what I'm about. All of that being said, it seems like it's best to not bite the hand that feeds you and maybe pick your battles because Tim Hortons, I don't know if that's a battle you want to start.
If you want to talk about a hill that you're going to die on, that's it. right there.
Yeah, that's again, I will respect the ballsiness.
Hmm.
I just also think it's very stupid.
Yeah. No, as I say, with the whole police thing, they don't actually have to coerce them. It's just a case of they go out. We found this white crystal on the in the lavatory. Don't know what this is. Let's close the place down in case it's cocaine. It's not like the police can get access to cocaine if they look hard at all. Much, maybe a
I mean,
bit.
I'm just speculating about this. I'm not suggesting anybody do anything,
Hmm.
but it does make me wonder. How many people involved in law enforcement do you think actually support the truckers in the Freedom Convoy?
Well, seeing as they're providing them the coffee and donuts, I don't know. You tell me.
So between between the truckers and any law enforcement that might support their movement and what they're standing for, Tim Hortons, what the
Bye.
hell are you doing?
I reckon they're selling to Starbucks. That's what they're doing.
Oh, see, it's funny you bring that up because
Oh
it was
God, I
only a
was
few weeks
joking.
ago. It was only a few weeks ago that Starbucks actually completely did a 180 on their whole mask mandate thing, and people freaked out like boycott Starbucks. It's like, yeah, as soon as the Supreme Court shot it down, Starbucks was like, oh, we don't have to do that? Okay, nope.
Hmm.
Yeah, I know, it's strange. I never thought of all the corporations out there, I've always considered Starbucks to be one of the wokest of the woke.
Hmm.
But when even they're going like, yeah, I don't support the mandate. It's like maybe you guys have already lost this fight. Maybe you should really just concede because at this point in time, it really does feel like a war of attrition.
Yeah.
Except the problem is the courts have already sided on the non-authoritarian bodily autonomy argument of you can't forcibly, yeah, either forcibly through use of government power or through coercion in the private markets, force someone to get a medical procedure that they don't want to get. It.
Yeah.
Which, speaking of which, well, first off, let's knock this one out real quick.
Sorry.
So the ADL,
Hmm.
being who the ADL is,
Hmm.
racism, the marginalization and or oppression of people of color based on a socially constructed racial hierarchy that privileges white people.
Hmm.
So, hey, ADL, I got a question for you. What's it called in China then?
Still racist because only white people. You can only be racist if you're going against white people. Did you forget that?
Well, according to them, it privileges white people, but last I checked, the white people are just as screwed as anybody else in China. If you're not Chinese, you're SOL. You're shit out of luck, buddy.
Oh yeah. No, no. I know. I agree.
But yeah, I kind of find it funny. This doesn't surprise me, but the irony is something I can't look past where the Anti-Defamation League is redefining a word that just means discrimination based upon the color of one's skin to two very hypocritical things. One, you're you're applying either privilege or oppression to a group of people not based on merit but simply based on the color of the skin, which is by definition discrimination, and because
Hmm.
it's based on the color of skin, racist. And also, and I know this wouldn't hold water in court, but I still think it's funny. By extension, you're defaming people of color, claiming they're all oppressed, and also defaming white people by claiming they're privileged based on a socially constructed hierarchy. But you're the Anti-Defamation League. Uh, what the hell kind of inception bullshit is this?
Yeah.
Like, this is just, I'm not even mad about it. It's just so absurd. It, I know 1984, they talk about redefining words and rewriting history and everything, but come on, dude. Like, and it, at least try to be subtle about your frickin' social manipulation and propaganda. This isn't even subtle, nor is it clever. This is just lazy.
Yeah, they don't need to be subtle anymore. They just tell you that they're Or actually, no, they don't want to be subtle. They want to be transparent and completely within view of everything they're doing. So they are.
I
That's
mean,
why they're not hiding it anymore. This
that's the
is transparency.
that's the thing. They're transparent about the fact that they're racist, and they're attempting to redefine words to fit a political agenda, which basically makes them a propaganda outlet. I appreciate the transparency. Tell me how you really feel, so I can call you out for it. It's much more annoying when people try to use double speak, shifting goalposts, straw man arguments, gaslighting, et cetera, et cetera. This is just, as you said, it's transparent. It's dumb. It's very lowbrow. It's only going to appeal to people that, again, as I've said before, get their news in 60 minutes and they read 10 words at a headline and view it as objective truth. This is, I don't even know what to say about this. I can't even really make fun of it because it's not upsetting. It's not infuriating. It's not something I can meme on or dunk on. It's just pathetic. This is just sad. Like, even Joseph Goebbels would look at this and go, "Come on, man! If you're going to try to do propaganda, at least be better about it."
Yeah.
This is just dumb. It.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's get rid of that. ADL, go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I've got to ask, all right, and I don't want to sound too memesy, though I know I'm going to. Aren't we basically all Terrans? Yeah, I'm not even saying humans anymore. Aren't we all Terrans? I mean, we're all basically from the same pox-ridden planet. Stop being shitty to each other. Find someone else, okay? Seriously, stop it. It's not funny anymore.
Again, it's getting really sad. Like, if me 2 years ago would look at this and make fun of it and rant about it or yell or do whatever it is that keeps people entertained. Some of it would probably be legitimate discontent or irritation.
Yeah.
I can't even bring myself to get that much type of energy over stupid crap like this anymore because it's I when I say go fuck yourself in regards to these types of individuals, I mean it both figuratively but also literally because good lord, man, like go out, get that pent up stress off of your chest, like go bang from 6 in the morning or 6 at the evening until 6 in the morning, you know, until you can't anymore. Sleep 24 hours, get like a nice lobster eggs Benedict in bed, go walk around the city for an afternoon, get a steak au prov dinner. Because good lord, I don't understand how you have this much pent up stress and anger and anxiety at this point in time. And this is coming from someone who has proven themselves to be a rather angry individual. And even I'm sitting here and going, your bullshit is so overdrawn, overdone. I can't even. I've
Just,
gone full white girl at this point in time. I can't even.
just one thing. Are you suggesting that they should eat meat? You, you terrorist! You. How
God,
could you say
somebody would probably jump on that too immediately.
Yeah.
But dude, tell me,
Sorry.
I was trying not to laugh, but damn it.
Uh,
But again, tell me I'm wrong. Like, as someone who has a lot of anger and irritation at the absolute moronic stupidity from these vapid, daft fucking cunts, even I'm at the point where I can't fathom how you can live your life day to day for God knows, like, what is it now, like 7 years, just constantly angry and upset that people don't agree with me. They won't do what I say. How dare them? Like, I'm gonna cancel them. I'm gonna go on a Twitter rant. It's like, dude, you have more pent up anger and stress than a freaking dog in heat that's starving, that is forced to be locked in a cage while somebody slow roast a rack of ribs. What the hell?
okay, I'm going to drive you completely nuts now. Just imagine how bad it would be for these people, and no offense to you, but you as well, if Twitter died.
Honestly, I wouldn't care.
Really?
No, I wouldn't care. The only thing that would annoy me is it would be irritating to get financial news if that happened.
Okay, but could you imagine how the SJW brigade would lose their living shit?
To be honest,
Mm,
I mean, the blue check marks would be pissed off. I know that much.
yeah.
But honestly, a lot of them would probably, oh, they might be mad for the first couple of weeks, but it might actually reinvigorate Tumblr so they can all go back there where they came from.
Fair. Fair. Okay.
You notice how there's a lot of these other social media platforms, like whether it's Gab or Minds or Parler or Getter or Trump's new thing coming out. What was like Truth Social or whatever the hell it's called.
Yeah.
You see a lot of these popping up, but you don't see any like hardcore left-wing social media forums popping up.
No, they don't need to. They've got Twitter, they've got YouTube, they've got all of the. In fact, all the major ones that get used are the hardcore left ones.
It's almost like Silicon Valley might have a bit of a political bias.
Don't know what you're talking about. I mean, it's almost like your country is going to be splitting apart. Oh, that's right. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
At this point in time, I wouldn't even care. I really wouldn't.
Bad when you can actually say, "I wouldn't care." Damn.
Dude, if they want the Emerald City, if they want Rose City, if they want Los Angeles, San Francisco, Seattle, St. Louis, Chicago, New York, fine, take it. You guys can keep all the big blue cities. We're not going to give you any taxes. We're not going to pay anything to you. You guys do you. You operate autonomously, defund the police, hire a bunch of social workers, raise your taxes, do whatever you want. I'm going to respectfully opt out. Imagine how long it would take for them to immediately freak the hell out. And no, you can't do that. It's like, no, look, I'm not the aggressor here. I'm telling you, do what you want. I'm just not going to be a part of it.
Yeah.
You know, they're already collapsing now, and the only reason these cities haven't collapsed already is because they are reliant upon the taxpayer, and the vast majority of the money they get is coming from people who aren't of the same political affiliation, with only 3 exceptions. Mm-hmm. 1 would be the Hollywood elite.
Yeah.
2 would be super PACs that are funded by very, very wealthy individuals with, let's just say, interests that don't necessarily align with the common taxpayer.
Okay.
And the 3rd, of course, is lemmings. And there's a lot of different flavors of lemming, but they're all lemmings nonetheless. But again, let's be honest, if it wasn't for the support of very rich people with a lot of pull and power and influence, these things from a structural standpoint, all these policies that the far left is trying to push now, and let's be honest, the left now is exclusively almost far left, because anyone who was moderate got ran out of the party because they eat their own. But if it wasn't for that, structurally, they would have collapsed a long fucking time ago. I mean, God, look at San Francisco. I still remember 2 years ago when Dr. Harper was trying to say, oh, San Francisco is like the only European city we have. It's the most beautiful city in the United States. You should go visit sometime. And then like 3 months later, it's just nothing but videos of people just walking into a CVS and filling up a trash bag with makeup. And it's not even women. It's like dudes going through the makeup aisle and just tossing makeup into a trash bag. And they just walk out, and the security guard's just like, okay, I'm going to film you. I'm going to report you to the cops. Okay, fine, do it. They're not going to do anything. And to be fair, the looters are right. The cops won't do anything. I mean, you basically gave them the green light. Do you think they're not going to take advantage of the opportunity? I mean, I can't even be mad about that. They basically said, go ahead and do it. What do you think they're going to do?
Well, just imagine how much fun it's going to be when the people, and I'm going to put air quotes on that one, finally say, screw it, and they start taking, the law into their own hands. I'm sure that's not going to go badly at all. I can't imagine them basically turning these major cities into the new version of the Purged. Can you?
I mean, I don't disagree. I can tell you what's going to happen.
Mm.
The people who all live in gated communities or have private security, they're going to brand everybody who doesn't want to live in the words of the Don, a shithole.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to all brand them whatever buzzword is popular at the time: racist, sexist, patriarchal, homophobic, etc., etc. They'll try tossing buzzwords around because that's the only thing they really know how to do. And in the meantime, well, most people have been branded that already, so they're not going to give a fuck, and they're going to say, "Fine, what? You know what? Fuck it, whatever. If you want to call me a racist, fine, call me a racist. If you want to call me a sexist, call me a sexist." At the end of the day, I'm not going to let someone come in and loot my store or toss bricks through my house. If you're not going to do something about it, I will. Call me whatever you want. I don't give a shit. And you know what the cops are going to do? The majority of them are either going to support it or they're going to quit. And all the ones that quit are kind of all of a sudden join the people who are standing up and not letting this shit happen anymore. In that case, at that point in time, you're going to end up with a lot of social tension, and that's what concerns me.
There is, in my opinion, there is one way of dealing with a lot of these leftists, and it's actually only 3 simple words. And all of you are thinking, I love you, wrong. No. When they start sitting there and going, you're a racist, you're a sexist, you're a this, you're a that, you turn around to them and you say these 3 words. Now, everyone, listen very carefully. Ready? Ready? I don't care. That's it. You say that, and all of their power suddenly is gone. There is nothing they can do. We're going to unname you. Go ahead. I don't care. We're going to take you off Twitter. I don't care. We're going to. I don't care. It doesn't matter what you can say. I don't care. There is nothing they can do. Their power has been given to them by people following. You turn around and you just say, I don't care. And suddenly all their power is gone. Now that may well get us locked down. Okay, Doku? I'm just letting you know now, if we can get banned for anything, it will be saying that little bit of truth right there.
Well, the only reason it would get us banned is because you're not wrong, and I won't disagree with you. I mean, kind of in line with what I was saying. I don't know if it was on stream or if it was in a private call in the back chat, but it has gotten to the point where I want to try to put this tactfully, if I can.
I do hope you can. Yeah, I'm glad you was looking at your screen, and I agree with him completely there.
See, that might be the one looting instance under $900 that would get the police involved and get me in a lot of trouble. That's the reason I didn't read that out loud on stream, but I don't disagree. I just know that's the one time that somebody would step in, assuming that the store owners aren't armed.
I don't know. If they look around, they might be able to find some guns. Oh, yeah, that's right.
You know, to be fair, if someone of a different political persuasion and is fit a particular anti-defamation definition of a word, to do so and gets away with it, then maybe I'll try my luck. Actually, you know what?
Yeah,
Good. I had a brilliant idea.
Oh God. Okay, go on.
I'll just go down to the lower income area and be like, hey, go ahead and go do this for me, and I'll pay you for it.
So basically, you're using capitalism to fight against communism, literally.
Tell me it's not a good idea.
I like the idea, but I'm just making sure that it's stated. You are using the ultimate definition of capitalism. I'll pay you to get them to fight against communism. You know what? I am okay with that. And yes, Sean, they only focus on drugstores because the idea is that you loot all this shit and then you sell it on eBay, and nobody on eBay stops you from doing that. Makes you wonder what eBay
you guys get it
is
for
getting
free
out of this. Yeah.
That's the thing. You guys get it for free. I'll pay you whatever it says on the price tag. and I know you guys can get away with it. So, you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
Yeah.
By the way, YouTube, no, I'm not condoning any of this behavior. Please don't do anything stupid. And if you can't figure out this is a joke, I don't know why you even have a job.
Mm-hmm. YouTube, I don't care. There you go. Carry on.
Oh yeah, so
I'm gonna love saying that. By the way, I really am.
back on the topic of just saying I don't care to these individuals,
Mm-hmm.
that actually is a really good idea, and I do believe it would work because for a very long time, and I don't care if you're more left leaning, more right leaning, because we have shifted to extremes, whether you want to admit it or not.
Mm-hmm.
Now the issue is, for a very long time, and when I say very long time, I mean decades, at least 3 generations, people would be like, oh, you're this, you're this, you're that. Well, no, I'm not. And then immediately you're now on the defensive, they're on the offensive, and you're trying to justify yourself and justify your positions. And they just keep sitting there and slander you, smear you, call you all sorts of names, everything under the book. And it's swayed public opinion because somebody who's a authoritative source or blue check mark on Twitter, they say these things, and people think like, oh, well, they said you are this thing, so therefore you must be said thing. And no one ever stuck up for themselves. No one ever called them out. No one ever went on the defensive. They want to try to play nice. They want to try to play fair. Guess fucking what?
Mm-hmm.
You don't win against someone who's willing to slander you, smear you, manipulate people, and turn them against you, or just blatantly break the rules and not play by the same rules and actually expect to win. So it has gotten to the point where, look, stop being nice, stop trying to be cordial. These people don't like you. They don't want to share the same space with you, the same country with you. And if you don't, do as you're told or yield to what they say, they want nothing to do with you. They're not your friends. They're barely your countrymen at this point in time. Half of them aren't. Half of them openly want to, you know, completely radically change the country to fit their vision of what equality and equity is. They blame you for all of their problems, most of which are self-inflicted. Why the hell are you even trying to appease these people? Just tell them to fuck off. Hey, stop trying to appease them. Stop trying to make excuses for yourself. Stop trying to make excuses for people who agree with you or who are on your ideological side of the aisle. And I agree with you. As you said, just tell them, fine, whatever, say whatever you want. I don't care. Doesn't mean anything to me.
Everything they say, every single argument they can have, falls to pieces when you just say, "I don't care." Don't be aggressive about it. Don't be angry. No, literally, just let them do their spiel, and when they pause for breath, which they eventually will have to do, because is what it is. I don't care. And then you walk off and just carry on with what you're doing. And then if they touch you, it's assault. And at which point, well, self-defense.
Whatever happens, happens.
Yep. Notice the Carl Rittenhouse statement comment I made there. Subtle, wasn't it? Not.
But again, that's the thing. You are 100% correct, because the vast majority of us, we're not the aggressors. We're not the ones jumping down people's throats because they disagree with us. If we do have a conversation and we end up disagreeing on something, we're not the ones who immediately start trying to slander and smear people and drag them through the dirt. And even when I bring up people and start pointing out, like, hey, this is stupid, I don't do so with malicious intent. I do it because, hey, this is dumb. I'm going to laugh at it. I'm going to explain why it's dumb, and I'm going to point you out for being an idiot. But I'm not doing it out of malicious intent. I can't say the same for the ideological opposition.
Yeah.
There is indeed malicious intent behind what they're doing, and they know exactly what they're doing. So that brings me back around. Should I say circle back around for a second?
Mm-hmm.
But that circles me back around to my point.
Yeah.
Why would you want to be nice to someone who hates you and wants nothing more than to see nothing but misery and misfortune fall upon you? Because it's not even that they dislike you, they dislike your ideological disposition.
Yep.
Why play nice with them? There's no reason to.
Yeah.
I That's the thing that boggles my mind. I think it was a Black Conservative Perspective did a video where I believe it was a local legislative body,
Mhm.
but it was uh it was a guy who's conservative. I don't know how conservative, but he got up and he made a speech, and what he essentially said, I'll boil it down as much as I can,
Yep.
is he got up and said, "My liberal colleague, who I respect a lot, asked me to be nice. I think I'm a nice person, but I don't know." But essentially, what he said was, every time that we get up in this, or we've gotten up in this chamber and we have a disagreement on policy, the other side of the aisle brands us as racist or sexist or some sort of other buzzword, and we never really say anything about it. Well,
Mhm.
he's like, I think he even said he was keeping a tally of how many times it happened. And he's like, you know what? We're done. Like, I'm not going to put up with this shit anymore. And that's the point that we all need to be at. Simply because I disagree with you on policy, if your response is to immediately turn around and brand me as a racist or a sexist or homophobic or some sort of fucking buzzword,
Mhm.
it first off, call them out and do it in a way that is not how I do it. Don't rant and rave and scream and curse. I know it's tempting to, but don't do that. Simply call them out for not having a decent rebuttal. If if you can't disagree with me on policy and you have to resort to trying to slander and smear me and say, "Well, you're not a Christian or you're a racist or you're a sexist," call them out. Ask them, "Okay, how? Explain yourself." That's the one thing they'll never do. As soon as they start throwing around buzzwords, and I've seen this happen multiple times, and I've wanted to point it out for a while. As soon as you actually ask them, okay, how? Why? Why do you have that position? Why do you have that belief? Explain to me how I am this thing that you claim I am.
Doku,
They
Doku,
won't have a
Doku.
fucking answer.
Do you know why, don't you? Because explanations are racist.
It wouldn't surprise me if that's going to be the next
Yeah.
go-to or reframing of the argument or shifting of the goalpost.
Again, going back to my words, whenever they say anything, I don't care.
Yeah, I
I've, e-
almost
I've actually put that in the description. Hashtag I don't care.
good. It needs to be something we should start using.
Mm-hmm.
But it wouldn't surprise me if someone tried to, let's say we have a policy disagreement and someone says, "Oh, you're racist, you're sexist." Explain. Okay, explain how. And as soon as they say, "Oh, you can't do that," if someone tried to pull the whole explanations are racist, my immediate rebuttal would be, "So you're telling me that black people don't speak English? That sounds kind of racist."
Yeah.
And
Uh,
it's wild that we've gotten to this point where you don't even have to explain yourself. All you have to do is point the finger, slap a buzzword on it, and 30% of the population goes along with it because they don't know any better. I mean, it's have we really devolved this much intellectually to the point where we're willing to be led around like fish on the end of a hook?
one, yes. Two, now the question is, what are we going to do to actually get back? That is the problem. Okay. Yes, humanity has become that low. Now, can it get back? I don't know, but let's pretend it can. How? That is the question.
I'm not even 100% sure exactly how we get back to where we were even just back in the 90s. Late
Funny
80s, early
enough,
90s.
I think my words are actually a large part of it because, like you said, 30% of the people are going to basically try and jump down your throat, and you're going to go, "I don't care," which means anybody that actually isn't part of that 30% is probably going to go, "Oh, good call," and so that's around like 30 to 40%, which is equaling their amount, which means the independents that are in there are going to be thinking, do we join those that are saying this? who would like to say it to me, or do we go with the I don't care brigade? And that's when you tell whether humanity is worth saving or not.
I
Again,
think we're actually.
exterminatus comes up.
Well, I think we're actually kind of moving more in that direction, and
Mhm.
I say that because of two particular instances, which, funny enough, I did want to bring up during the stream. Did you see what Elon Musk said about Joe Biden?
No, he says. I
He
might have
called
done, but go on.
he called him a damp sock puppet.
Ouch.
I come up with
Okay.
clever. I like to think at least I come up with clever insults, but that one's good.
Yeah, I'm okay with that. Hmm.
So and I never considered Elon Musk a conservative, despite what the left might say. Elon Musk has never been like a diehard conservative or a diehard populist or anything like that. He wasn't running around. I mean, Kanye was running around waving a MAGA hat more than Elon Musk ever did.
Let's get blunt, okay? Elon Musk is a leftist, but the thing is, before you jump down my throat on that, I would point out that he's a leftist as it should be, not a leftist as it's become.
Well, yeah, I don't disagree with that. Elon Musk has always struck me as someone who is very anti-establishment.
Yeah.
He's like a 60s, 70s leftist. He's not a 2020 leftist.
Yeah. I have said this on many occasions. Can you imagine if the people of the past, and it's not actually that far in the past, really, if they actually saw what this world has become, what they'd be like? I mean, here, okay, I'll give you one, all right? JFK, Democrat, Supreme. Could you imagine what he would do if he saw these people now?
Oh, he would. I don't even think he would be mad. He'd be sad. He'd be like, I
Yeah.
can't believe you even let it got to this point. Like,
Yeah. And
and
just remember, we are talking about the people that turned around and said Martin Luther King Jr. is racist. Wow.
yeah. So I'll put it this way. Since I always criticize the left, I'm going to criticize the right for a second.
Mhm.
To all of the people out there who just let themselves get slandered, let the ideological disagreement side of the aisle brand you all of these things and just took it, did nothing because, well, I'm a good Christian or I'm not politically engaged with this, that. Shame on you.
Mhm.
Because of the fact that the opposition was mobilized, because you allowed them to brand you these things, because you allowed them to normalize it. This is the reason we've gotten as far as we did. I'm not going to sit there and blame allowed them to brand you. I'm not going to blame the fringe ideological opposition for taking advantage of an opportunity.
I am.
But I'm not going to blame the fringe ideological opposition for taking an advantage of an opportunity that you gave them by being complacent and disengaged.
Yes.
Horrible thing is, if you got rid of the left and you only had the right,
Mm-hmm.
It would be just as bad because the way both our social system and our political systems are set up, with only one point of view, they fall apart.
Yes.
I mean, you're not wrong. If this was the right doing it, I'd criticize them as well.
Yeah. And if MC caught you talking like this, Doku, he'd pull your beard off and make you eat it.
Which is unfortunately a possibility. Oh, and just so you know, Doku, yes, I did send MC the link on the off chance he notices it. You have been warned.
Well, if he does good, it'd be a decent conversation.
Oh, thanks. Great. Are you saying that I don't provide you? No, okay, good to know. All right, no problem. All right, I understand now. No, it's like that. All right.
I have to give you a little bit of rib there. Come on. Come on, man.
Come on, man.
It's like, yesterday, Jensen were having a chat about a practical joke we would like to play on MC. If you'd need a lot of money for this, though. Because you pay off everybody in MC's hometown, right? And you set yourself up, or you get an actor to set up to move in the house directly across from MC, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm not saying the character they're playing is leaning to the left, but they're flying the USSR flag on their lawn every morning. They're singing the Star Spangled Banner.
Mm-hmm. I'm
Handing
sure
out,
that'd go well.
handing out communist literature. Yeah.
And don't forget, and you have all of the people around them actually taking it off of them and looking like they're paying interest. I actually think that MC would explode. I really do.
That would be a very expensive practical joke. It would be funny. My concern would be is I don't know MC's net worth because I feel like given a week or two of that, he'd probably charter a SpaceX rocket.
No. I think what would happen is within 3 short hours, you'd hear this a cappella male voice choir chanting behind him. Oh. Somebody would bring on an old TV set, showing showing a circuitry system with a green filter on it, and then MC would be removed to be replaced by Lou Ferrigno wearing ripped trousers.
Good Lord.
That's actually a terrifying thought.
And green body paint.
Yeah. Which actually, in some ways, actually fits, because after all, as well we know, MC does like to work with radiation.
Yeah. Matt Barkley is saying that Martin Luther King was a commie puppet. No, he wasn't. If he was, he would have abandoned Christianity for one thing.
Mm-hmm.
Especially back in those days, they had nothing. They wanted nothing. The communists wanted nothing to do with religion at all. Also, he was kind of a conservative. If he was a puppet of anybody's, it would have been the fucking Republicans.
Oh, it's such a shame MC's not here to hear this, because that would be...
It's true, though, isn't
it? Yeah, but I'd love to see how he'd actually take that.
I mean, because Martin Luther King wasn't a puppet of anybody's, apart from maybe his wife.
Mm-hmm.
And you're not wrong. I can't disagree with you.
Okay, who the hell is Stanley Levinson? Is this a name that means anything to anyone?
Oh, I think is that the other music artist who is trying to say if Spotify doesn't remove Joe Rogan that they're going to take their music off the platform.
He was an American businessman and lawyer who became a lifelong activist in progressive causes. He's best known as an advisor to. Yeah, but I mean, he died in 1979, and both the words activist and progressive back then described somebody quite different to what they do now.
True.
Taking it from somebody who lived in those times.
I'm just going to have... I haven't heard that much about this individual. I'm going to have to do a little bit of digging on them. That name was not familiar to me.
I'd heard the name. I just didn't know where I'd heard the name. Probably something that Batman and MC had spoken about. I actually thought that was the dude that shot MLK. I'll be honest with you.
I mean, to be perfectly fair, you could quite accurately call the fathers of the American Revolution activists and progressives.
Yeah, they were.
Because, like Jensen just said, they were activists and progressives.
Yeah.
I can't disagree. Nothing.
How does that feel, Doku, knowing that basically your country came about because technically a bunch of progressives?
Read at England.
Yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't bother me that much because at least I'm intelligent enough to be able to look at history without the lens of modern values.
True. Yep. Now, here's a mental image. One sec, Batman. Here's a mental image for you. George Washington with a blue head wig.
Oh.
What?
You're welcome.
And wearing women's clothing.
I thought they did.
In battle.
Again, I thought they did.
No, I'm on about long evening gowns and shit like that.
Ah, right. So they was actually looking good, unlike the people nowadays. Gotcha.
To be fair, if that was the ilk of our revolution, well, we wouldn't have a country.
Hmm.
Or even worse, Betsy Ross was actually a man
Yeah, we know that.
who claimed
According
he was a woman.
to Matt, that Stanley Levinson was a major financial coordinator for the Communist Party of America before becoming involved with MLK.
Yeah, well, he could have gotten involved with Martin Luther King for one reason, but it'd be totally divorced from his interests in another place.
Possibly, yeah.
Such things have happened before. Martin Luther King was not a communist. He was not a communist puppet. Otherwise, it would have come out in his speeches and what he stood for.
And that's the thing. It doesn't surprise me to hear that, because when it comes to, at least as far as the Marxist ideology within America, they do indeed attach themselves onto people that have some sort of humanitarian, or
Yeah,
it's some sort of something that people can rally behind because it sounds good, but they don't really look at what the end game is or what the goal actually is. And that's the reason that communists and Marxists latch onto things like that, is because it's a way for them to push their agenda without making it well known or widespread.
Mm-hmm.
In other words, they're leeches.
Well, yeah.
Don't hold back. Say how you really feel, mate.
Oh, I haven't even gotten to how I really feel.
They're
I'm
a
just
bit
stating a
naughty.
fact. I'm just stating a fact. If anyone who was a communist or a Marxist actually came up and told you what they truly believe, they would get shut down and shot down, so no pun intended, so damn quick. They would never have any support. Nobody would ever back them up. They have to use coercion and manipulation to achieve their goals.
And idiots.
Oh, there's a few idiots that might support them, but it wouldn't be enough to actually enact any real change.
Ever since the millennials were spawned, there's been a lot more idiots to support them.
And there's a lot more, but there's not enough for you to blatantly say what your goal is and actually have them support you. I guarantee you this much.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
If I walked up to someone who was a millennial, technically a little bit younger than me, but technically I think I still fall in the millennial range, but I'm just right on the edge of that.
Mate, I'm technically a millennial.
Hold on, before you go on, Doku, you do know that Stephen Crowder and a load of others have been on campuses and actually gotten students to admit that they think that the freedom of speech as tried in the American Constitution should be scrapped.
Oh yeah, I've seen quite a few people actually espouse that belief. It's just there's not a lot of them. They're just very vocal about it.
Like I say, stop calling the left, call them the loud.
Yeah, the fact that there are people out there who are prepared to admit it, and then it might not be a huge number, but it's not a small number either. That should worry you.
Oh, it is worrisome. I've had a few back and forth with some people who are of that ideological leaning, and my go-to argument's always, okay, well, I find your speech offensive and disagreeable, therefore I think you should be censored. They never have a good comeback. It's almost as fun as watching a dog chase its own tail, but
I find the best argument is I find that I'm more inclined to violence and physical damage than you are.
And I've already said my 3 words.
Which
still
are?
say it fits.
Pardon?
Oh, my 3 words. I don't care.
Yeah, those are good words.
They are wonderful words because everything, no matter what they say, can be dealt with the words, I don't care.
I find there's another set of words that are good, especially if you're in a hurry. Yeah. Fuck off, I'm late for my devil worshipping.
Yeah, they might want to come along.
No, because they'd be the sacrifice.
So you're in a win-win situation. You even brought dinner.
No, you imagine sacrificing one of them to the devil.
Yeah, he'd send them back.
No, he'd come back with them to complain.
Are you saying to me that Lucifer is a Karen? Is this what you're saying?
If Lucifer is a Karen, are you going to complain to him about it?
Not really, no.
Exactly.
That does make Omgon's show about Karen or not suddenly really interesting. It really does.
I know this is off topic, but I do want to touch on it before we shift back to what we were talking about.
Mhm.
If you think about how the war in heaven actually went down according to the Bible, then technically, yes, Lucifer is a Karen.
Well,
Oh,
actually,
no.
when you look at it properly, Lucifer's an angel, right?
Yes.
All of the demons are angels, correct? Don't
Were
Correct.
angels, yes.
Angels are soldiers of God, right?
Correct.
Right, don't
Mhm. Yeah,
Angels were not given free will, correct?
Hmm.
correct.
The only way Lucifer and his followers could have rebelled was if they were told to.
Yeah.
Well, that goes into
Free will.
dude.
Free will.
Before we go into a philosophical debate, I will just state my one piece because we are going to move into a philosophical debate. It sounds like. So the one way I've always gotten communists to go ahead and say, maybe this isn't the best idea. All right, so you have a house, right? Well, you don't own it, so I don't want to stay the night in my house. I want to stay in yours.
Well, actually, you couldn't do that in a communist state because you would be allotted that house by the government.
Which is quite funny because how can they allot anything? After all, everything is part of
The state
everyone
owns
else.
the state owns everything.
Oh, that's the
Hilarious.
thing. I'm a commissar. I work for the state, so therefore,
Yeah,
your
you
car-
work
your
for
car
the
is mine.
state.
Well,
You
that's
work
the thing.
Mhm.
That's the thing. If I walk up to someone who is not working for the state, again, you're just a potato farmer. You're a
Yeah,
rock breaker.
but
I can
yeah,
walk
but
up to you and
according to
Batman,
communists,
I can walk up to you and say, I work for the state. Your car is mine. Your house is mine. I'm taking it. Why? Because reasons. I work for the state. I have the power and authority to do so.
I could say, well, yeah, you work for the state, and I'm a potato farmer, but this is a communist regime where we're both equal to each other under the in the eyes of the state. So you try that, I'm going to break your neck.
Yeah, except I'm the one who has the backing of the state, which means I have the guns and the military behind me, and you don't.
But I'm the one who feeds the state. So if you do anything to me, all of my comrades will down tools, and you will starve.
Yeah, tell that to the Red Army behind you.
Yeah, I will, and they'll put the guns down and go home because they don't want to starve. And that's actually happened in Russia before.
Yeah, see how this doesn't actually work anymore?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, this
Why
is
do you
what I'm
think-
trying to
why do you
explain
think
to
I
people.
Why do you think I was playing your game?
No,
Totally.
exactly. No, I'm glad you did because this is how. Well, this is why the smart communists, at least, always take the revolutionaries and line them up in front of a wall, and then some things go bang. There's all of a sudden no more upstarts, and everybody else falls in line and doesn't question the authority of the state anymore.
Yeah.
It
Communism is inimical to human psychology. We cannot perform communism.
Mhm.
Yeah, we cannot run a communist state because, yes, we're social animals, but we're also individualistic.
Yes.
You need something like ants, bees, termites.
I'm glad you brought up ants because I've actually used that.
They are true communists.
Yes.
Well, I've actually used that before when
So
arguing
have I.
with communists. Is if we all had a queen and we're all worker ants, then yeah, communism might work.
I
The
am
reason
not. I am not moving to a country where that Latifah woman is my boss.
But that's the fundamental flaw in Marxist thinking is they completely ignore human nature because if you walked up to anyone and said, "Hey, that thing that you bought over there, well, guess what? It belongs to everybody else now. You don't actually own it." Most people are going to tell you to piss off. It's like,
Well,
no.
There's a friend of mine. He's a lefty, as well, really, for being a lefty. But he's on about the redistribution of wealth. Well, he's working. I'm not. So I'm sorry. Give me half of your fucking wage. You what? Give me half of your wage. No, I thought you were in redistribution of wealth. Yeah, but come on, give me half of your money. They say, no, but I mean, they're rich because they've got loads of money and I haven't. Yeah, but compared to me, you're rich. Give me half of your money.
Exactly. Everybody's equal as long as you bring them down to the lowest common denominator.
Yeah.
Yes, because you can't raise everybody up.
Yeah, exactly. You'll all be equally poor. You'll own nothing, and you'll all be happy.
And you won't be allowed to. You won't be allowed to. If you're an exceptional individual, you will not be allowed to perform beyond the benchmark.
Just
By
remember.
the way,
Oh God, what was that film? It was set in the future, but society was like 1950s. Yeah, the athletes had to wear different sets of weights if they were runners, so they couldn't. Nobody could run faster than anybody else.
I've heard of that. I know.
You know what I mean?
I do. That's the problem.
What?
No,
Shit.
don't remember.
I know what movie you're talking about too, and I can't remember it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the way, your comment with the communism, everyone's equal, just some are more equal than others.
But that's the thing. Just with biology, the idea that there are people out there who are superior is true. There is somebody out there who is superior to you or me in every single way.
Yes.
Yeah, socially, the social skills, academic skills, technical skills, creativity. Yeah, the physical health, physical ability, the works, everything.
Yeah.
Even genetically, they're superior to you.
Yeah.
On the obverse, there's somebody out there. There are people out there who are inferior to you in every single way.
They're called the French. Yeah.
No, I said people. But seriously, there are people out there who are both superior and inferior to you in every single way. It's biological fact.
And again, that's the other thing. Society is always in a constant state of flux. If everybody is on their A game 24/7, 365 days out of the year for their entirety of their lives, society would actually be rather stable. But
no, society would be full of dead people.
Well, that too. Although I'm not going to say that doesn't mean it wouldn't be stable. It would just be very lifeless.
Yeah, it'd be very stable. That's the only way to achieve world peace as well. If everybody was dead,
it's true.
Not just everybody, but anything alive living was dead.
Mm-hmm.
And again, that's the thing. Even people at the top of their game have bad days.
Do you know what pisses the left off more than anything? Is when you point out a biological, not a scientific truth. They keep going, race is a social construct. Gender is a social construct. This is social. Yeah, society is a biological construct.
That's something I always enjoy trying to get the gender is a social construct crowd to explain.
Mm-hmm.
So gender is a social construct based around what?
Well, I've always been of the opinion that your gender is the software used to run your sex, which is the hardware.
Okay.
Oh, see, they'll dance around this topic all they want, but at the end of the day, yeah, men and women in societies usually play different roles, and it's based around their physical biology and what they're capable of doing, and that determines what role they fit into society, which you could argue it's a social construct. Yes, it is, but that's not an argument to say that biological sex is not a thing, nor does that mean that your biological sex doesn't determine what role you play in society. Is it a social construct? Yes. But it's based around biological sex, so you can't refute that.
But then again, the society which constructed it is a biological construct.
Yeah.
Right, exactly. We're not... women take care of the kids. They can go hunting, gathering. Occasionally, yeah, you might run across one who's actually exceptionally good at hunting deer. Well, guess what the men who are hunters are going to do with that female? They're going to bring her deer hunting because she's better at hunting deer. So guess what? You're benefiting society more by hunting deer than picking berries. So guess what your job's going to be? Hunting fucking deer. It doesn't change the fact that you're a woman. And guess what? Even the women, and we have fucking... I
agree with Sean.
If you're taking the role of village idiot, then I'm out of a job. I've now.
Yeah. Don't be stupid, Doka. You're not out of a job. He's only a village idiot. You're a continental idiot.
Town. Yeah.
No.
He's the upgrade. He's a whole town.
Doku's continental idiot.
I will happily accept my promotion.
Does that actually mean that MC is an intercontinental idiot?
No,
Intergalactic.
I was going to say trans-universal, actually.
It's the speed you said that at was actually the
'cause
funniest part of it.
Let's face it, we all know that MC is so huge that he actually pokes into all 11 dimensions.
See, MC isn't
Yeah.
advocating for space rocks. He's just advocating for his species.
Yeah. See,
All right, that's enough picking on
we all
MC.
call them space rocks. He calls them crumbs, and you know it.
Yeah.
He has been around before the dawn of time.
Yes. Right, we've taken the Mickey out of him enough.
Yeah.
How do you feel, Batman? Is that about good enough for taking the piss out of MC?
No, we've got a few more to go yet.
Yeah. Plus, of course, once he turns up, you've got to do them all
Yeah.
to his face.
I mean, the CBM, you know, the cosmic background light. Sorry, the CMB, cosmic microwave background.
Yep.
Radiation. That's not actually cosmic microwave background radiation. That was one of MC's early one of MC's early streams from the last universe.
At least you didn't say it was one of his early farts. You was considering it, wasn't you?
That one's got. Well, where do you think all the hydrogen comes from?
Fair. The space boop, also known as MC's fart.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to engage in this degeneracy.
Why not? What? Oh, you mean you're not as degenerate as us? Okay, this is what you're trying to say.
I think
It goes against
you
my
should.
communist values.
I think you should time Matt Barkley out. He's mentioned Falcon.
Oh no! He pointed out that he is a saviour.
Well, yes, he is a saviour. He is a saviour of Fauci.
Yes. Even if Fauci is wrong, which he's never wrong, he's still right. So whatever he says is completely correct, unless it's wrong, at which point he's completely correct that it's wrong, and therefore he's correct.
Do you know what I would love to happen? Just to spite MC. I would look for actually to be a Jesus, right? Jesus actually have a second coming, and for Jesus to be a leftist hippie.
Again, just look for where your symbol is. Look directly up, and ever so slightly towards the right. There is a second coming of Jesus.
No.
Right
that's the second coming of Bin Laden.
I'm surprised Doku hasn't gone mental at that.
He's going to end up cutting his hair short and shaving off his beard, isn't he?
Never happening. Okay, honestly, I don't see that ever happening.
I trim it up, but I don't shave it.
There we go. Mm-hmm.
But no, you reminded me of something. There's a comic. Do you guys remember My Hero Macadamia or Common America?
No, I was too old for that.
Oh no, it was a parody comic with like Trump pretending he was the anime character from My Hero Academia. But they did another one called Common America, and I believe I follow them on Twitter, and I want to tweet at them and ask them when Dr. Fauci is going to be the next supervillain, but I can't remember what their Twitter handle is.
Oh, that's a shame. That would have been cool.
Don't tell me. Dr. Fauci's enemies would be the Trump-tastic Four.
Oh, that's a horrible thought, as they probably use that.
What would it be? Donald is fantastic. Ivanka can fade from sight. Baron is the Human Torch.
Mm-hmm. I've already worked out.
And Ben Shapiro just loves to fight.
Yep. I already know what Fauci's character would be called. Dr. Dumb.
Actually, no, I think I was wrong there because I think Ben Shapiro would make a better Mr. Fantastic.
He would. That's why I think he's better as Ben Grimm. It fits so much more.
Yeah, but if he was Mr. Fantastic, he'd not only have an elastic body, but the ability to tie his opponent's mind up with knots.
Yeah. That's fair. Okay, I can see that. All right.
Okay, so Just give me a brief moment here, real quick. Let's
Okay. He's doing stuff. I can tell he's doing stuff.
Tick, 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 ding, 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 ding.
Oh, so you actually found them then? Mm-hmm.
keyboard.
Yeah.
This keyboard is absolute trash. It's just easier to click on it.
Mhm.
What would be a good nickname for Dr. Fauci, though?
I told you, Dr. Dumb. It fits perfectly.
No, Falschenstein.
Let's brainstorm this. If it's actually good, they might actually use it.
Oh my god. That's actually a disturbing concept, it really is. You realise that we could literally end up becoming accidentally famous just because of this.
Doubtful. Corona,
man. Zombie beagles. That is literally his attack dogs.
What about Coronatron?
Let's see. I know I kept the picture. Carry on chatting with yourselves. I'm just going to send a picture to Batman when I find it because.
Good.
Oh yes,
it's not going to be another one of your news, is it?
Not this time.
Thank fuck for that.
You know you liked them.
No, I actually had to get a Catholic priest out to clean, to exorcise my machine.
Hey, well, you can come up with whatever excuse you want for getting a Catholic priest. I'm not arguing, mate. It's your choice.
I feel like Fauci should still have a better. His first name is Anthony. There has to be a good play on words there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Batman, I'm DMing you a picture. I think this says everything that needs to be said.
I'm glad you said it to him and not me.
Yeah, that's almost like my cousin's eldest daughter in 2020. Apart from one thing.
Yeah.
There was only one place she didn't have a mask.
Ah.
Yeah, and it wasn't on any of the three novel areas.
Okay.
And she was at Skegness.
Wow.
Yeah.
Skiggy. Mm-hmm. Okay. But what do you think to that image?
Yeah, it's not bad. Seen better. The Vaccinator.
That's actually not a bad name, funnily enough.
It wasn't a dick pic, Matt, because he hadn't sent it to you.
Apart from that, I sent him all of the dick pics a while ago.
Now, Vaccinator.
Yeah.
And I am spelling that way intentionally.
The vaccinator.
No.
The vaccinator. Yeah. Fair enough. If you want to ruin our chances of being famous.
Oh, dear.
Actually, is that an I or an L there?
An I.
Yeah.
Because he has to be an 8. Nah.
It looks like an L.
It does. You're right.
I don't know. You could have gone for Dr. Vax. That would have been okay. And it's double C for vaccinator. Matt is completely correct with that.
Dr. Vax.
You could just call him Dr. Vax. That would actually.
Yeah, but that's a comic book spelling there. You see,
Mm,
I mean, yeah, Matt is right, but the way Doku spelled it is like if it was a comic book character.
yeah.
Yeah, the sad part is there's so much stuff that's gone down over the past 6 months. There's probably a lot more ideas that could be tossed that I'm not even thinking of.
The Dim Reaper.
I sent you the picture, Doku, that I gave to Batman.
I'll check it.
I know
in a
you've
moment.
seen it, but I sent it to you
Yeah,
anyway.
that is a good one, isn't it? The Dim Reaper.
Yeah.
Is that
Oh,
Joe
that-
Biden's? Wait. Oh no.
No, Joe Biden is the Death Dodger. And if they went on a double T, would it be the Dim Reaper and the Death Dodger?
Okay. Tweet.
Okay.
Done.
Tweet.
Yeah.
I regret nothing.
Good.
I'm surprised they haven't banned me already, so I'm just gonna have fun with it while I have the chance.
In about 5 minutes, we hear from Doctor's Mike. FBI, open the door.
Oh, don't. I'm waiting for that. I really am. Some of the stuff we say.
I don't know. They're already murking the hood of my car.
Yeah. No, I'm telling you, man. It's aliens.
No, it's pigeons.
No. If you go on to Doku's chat on Twitter, you'll actually see the picture of his car. No, seriously, it is aliens, dude. I'm not joking.
No, I disbelieve you.
Dr. Chinese collaborator. Yeah, no, I think that's a bit too honest.
Yeah.
Oh god, I've seen that picture before, Jensen. It is still funny.
It is.
And to be fair, at least she's using the masks for a productive purpose as opposed. Well, she's probably just leaving them on the beach to go choke some whales or something.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I see what you mean. Yes.
This is not the use of N95 masks.
No, I'm on about your car, Doctor. I see what you mean.
Yeah.
Yes, some giant has jizzed all over your car.
Yeah. Oh no! That West Off Seas cocaine collection. He doesn't deny it. You notice this.
I'm saying nothing.
I know. All right. Well, it's been an hour and 48 minutes. I think we can safely say we have taken the piss out of pretty much everything.
It's something delightful. Pregnant man, pregnant person emojis come to Apple iPhones.
What? I'm confused.
It's better to be confused than it is to be confused.
But you know the emojis, they've actually now got a pregnant man emoji.
All I'm going to say is follow the link in the side chat.
Oh.
No. Just no. Yeah, humanity.
You know,
Why is it here again?
Technology might have progressed too far when we're denying basic biology. You know what? I don't care about feelings anymore.
It's perfectly clear to me that the stalker is just lying there in the corner in a stupor right now.
Mm-hmm.
Here's the thing. in YouTube, if you ban us for this, I'm gonna laugh and fuck you. If you're capable of producing sperm, you're male. If you have a uterus and you get pregnant, you're a female. There is no in between. There is no third. Why do they call it a transition? It's because you're going between either male or female.
Yeah.
There are
Yeah.
only two.
Trans is not a gender.
No, I agree.
Yeah, there are only two.
Ah.
You either give birth or you impregnate. Male, female.
Or
Call me
no,
a bigot
there
all
is
you
a
want.
third. Oh, hold on, there is a third, and you can be male or female to be in this gender. It's called incel, where you don't do either,
Mhm. I mean, technically, there are
but whine about it.
actually 4 genders: male, female, hermaphrodite, and neuter.
Hermaphrodite is not
True.
a gender; it's a birth
Well, you're
defect. Neuter is not a birth gender; it's a birth defect.
Yeah, Batman's
Also
correct on that
fair.
one. I'm gonna have to side with
Yep.
that.
And even transgender and transsexual people who haven't drunk too much Kool-Aid will tell you there is only male, you're either male or you're female, even after the surgery
Yep.
to transition into a woman. You're still male.
Yep. So,
The thing is, every trans person I've had a conversation with that is willing to have a legitimate conversation agree.
Yeah.
I do
And
have
they
one
don't
thing I'd
the
like to
nutters
say.
who look like bearded fucking bearded incredibly camp fucking genies from some sicko's version of Aladdin.
How the hell can LGBTQ have a B in it? How can they be bi if there's more than 2? Just saying.
How can
Don't bring that up.
if gender is a social construct, doesn't that invalidate the transgender transsexual community?
Yeah.
Technically, yes.
Not just technically.
I know. We all know it's true, but
Also, it invalidates the homosexuals and lesbians.
yes.
Yeah, I like the way Matt Walsh put it. And oh no, I said the word of someone or the name of somebody else who YouTube doesn't like. Oh no. But yeah, define what a woman is.
Oh, it's easy. You already done it.
Mhm.
What I find very brilliant about his and I will say it's a simplistic approach to the argument, because it is, and that doesn't mean it's stupid. It's just sometimes it's better to take the simple approach. If you can't define what a woman is because it, according to the 2 individuals that he was debating, then why are you so upset about being misgendered if it doesn't mean anything and it's different for everyone?
Debating them. He was putting up with them. There's a difference.
I'd say he's putting them in their place, but yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
good day, Oz Cubber. You can't debate with people like that.
No.
And half of them don't even believe the shite that they spout. Well, you get these trans-trenders, female trans-trenders who, I'm a man, until they smack you in the face and you go to hit them. You wouldn't hit a woman, would you?
Yeah.
I'm only half joking there. The half joking bits, the way I put it.
Yeah.
That's exactly how they act.
I hate to keep you here a little bit longer, Jensen, but I'm going to, and I apologize for that in advance.
I don't.
So, if you get in a debate with some of these individuals, just let them know this. So, okay, let's use your logic for a second. So, okay, womanhood or manhood or whatever it is you want to call it is unique to the individual. It's a unique experience for everyone. Well, then guess what? That means you actually are a unique, special little snowflake, which means the meaning of being a man or woman has absolutely no no context, nor does it have any consequence, which means both terms are null and void and completely useless. So why do you care about them so
It
much?
means something else as well. Because you're trampling on my human rights. But you've just proven everything you said is right. Yeah, I've accepted that. That also means that the term human is invalid because with all these individuals' uniquenesses that we have, we can't be of the same species.
Why I actually used the term Terran earlier instead of human?
Doesn't matter that could apply to a bearded macaque as well.
I know. That's why I chose it. Trust me.
So
I know all of the insult that goes with it, and it was fully intended.
while I consider myself to be human, heterosexual, and male, the individual I'm talking to might even be another kin. Doesn't. And as I said, I've accepted their point of view. Therefore, I can treat them how the fuck I like because they don't have any human rights because they're not human.
Well, Batman, it's funny you bring that up. And Jensen, you'll find this one amusing.
Go on.
So there is a particular clique, a particular sect, if you will, of clique sect. Call them what you want. They're all unique,
that's
special.
French clique.
Yeah, they're all unique and special. It's fine.
I agree with Oz. Just saying.
Yeah, but that's not what they're called snowflakes for. They're not called snowflakes because they're delicate. They're called snowflakes because they think they're all special and unique. They're not.
Well, so there is a group of individuals out there, special snowflakes, if you will, who believe themselves to be trans species. Yes, trans species is a thing.
I did mention another kin, didn't I?
You did.
Well, so here's the thing. If they identify as a cow or a pig or a rabbit.
Yep. Go on, say it. Say it. I actually dare you to say the words. Go on.
I mean, I've got a stew pot waiting.
Yep. Oh, I was actually going to go with does that mean they don't have human rights?
I've seen that. I've seen that argument used. It's quickly how it's amusing how quickly they retain their humanity.
I'm sorry, you chose to be an otherkin. You have lost all human rights there and then. I can now shoot you, and there is nothing that the law can do. What you can do? Have me arrested for murder of an animal? I'm sorry, no.
Yes, they're going to phone the vegan police.
See, this is why I think you would find this one amusing, Jensen. Because look, I respect your rights. I respect how you choose to identify. So get in the back of the truck. We're going to the slaughterhouse, and I need dinner.
I'm okay with that.
I respect your rights. I respect the identity you have taken upon yourself. And so I just shot me a deer.
Yep. Oh, wouldn't that be cool to do to that weird creature thing?
Yeah, afterwards.
You're thinking of the Twitch moderator, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, but so was I. The one who has the deer-gasms.
Yeah.
I just like to hop around and eat a little grass. It's like, oh, you hop around and eat your grass. I mean, where's my 30-06?
Yeah, the thing is, would either of you eat that meat?
I'd cook it thoroughly first.
I wouldn't feed that meat to a dog I hated.
I'll get a pet alligator. If the alligator doesn't want to touch it, then it's tainted.
Actually, did you know alligators don't actually like human meat?
Most creatures don't. Sharks don't. 9 times out of 10, from what I've heard, sharks actually spit swimmers out.
Pigs do, apparently. So if
pigs will eat anything.
Exactly.
Pigs will eat anything.
Yeah. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just go find a family of wild hogs.
The only thing that a pig won't eat is a British real pork pie.
Yeah, I know.
Then again, these are the pork pies that they actually employ welders to put the tops on.
These are pork pies that have no pork in it. What are you talking about?
They don't have any pie on the outside either.
True, it's just some sort of weapon grade steel, maybe.
It's more like a ceramic, I think.
Okay.
Can you light it on fire?
No.
Oh, that's disappointing.
Put it this way: you know that space is expanding. That includes the space between the fundamental particles of existence, right?
No.
British real pork pies aren't.
I believe that. They have a level of density that really is astounding, it has to be said.
As the universe expands, they remain constant.
Yeah.
Wait, so you're telling me CERN was actually developed to study pork pies?
I think they actually
Yeah.
developed it to try and destroy pork pies. They hoped if they got
No,
too far up
they developed to find a way to eat the pork pies.
It could be just a very elaborate oven.
That's disturbing. I've actually now got the mental image of a big fat bastard sitting at the other end with his mouth open and then launching a pork pie into it at basically subsonic speeds.
You know, if you dropped a pork pie, British real pork pie from the International Space Station,
You kill someone.
No, you cause an extinction level event.
I'm okay with that statement. So again, you'd kill someone.
Yeah, almost everywhere.
No, we've just managed to actually one-up MC. Screw the
Yep.
space rocks, space pies.
Yes.
Yep.
Extra-dimensional space pies.
Well, you don't even have to use the International Space Station, just a really powerful slingshot.
True.
See, that's where CERN comes in.
Yeah. Magnetic linear accelerator, bang a pork pie, launch.
No, you just all you need is some tubes of surgical elastic and some strong wood.
Fair.
Oh yes, and I need a good length of strong wood and really strong nylon rope for my device to send illegal migrants back to the continent.
I feel like there's a really bad joke to be made
it's
there.
An intercontinental ballistic trebuchet.
Yep. And Sean, I completely agree. That's why I said an MLA, magnetic linear accelerator, works wonders. Really
All
does.
that will happen is the guy wielding the real gun would be flying backwards at relativistic velocities, and the pie would just drop to the ground.
Disturbingly, it could. Yeah.
I'm sensing some animosity for pork pies here.
Just the British real ones.
If you actually ever, came over to here, went on our trains, and went for a long distance travel, you'd end up going to one of these carts, and then you'd realise why we hate such things.
And it was even worse when it was British real, because their catering department, they'd buy in a lot of food and turn it into something undigestible.
Yeah.
You used to get your sandwiches pre-curled.
I'm not sure if I should be impressed or terrified.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Is there any more proof than that? You know,
that answers all of my questions.
I mean, I knew a guy who worked for the railways, and he used to get the current buns. You know what he used them for?
artillery.
No, it's crazy paving in his garden.
I'd believe that. Actually,
yes, they do attract rats and mice before you ask Doku, and you can tell the rats and mice that have been at these current buns because they're the ones with broken teeth.
You know what? If the zombie apocalypse ever does happen and it ends up being like 28 days later, I'm blaming the pork pies.
Sean, you've got it wrong. We don't like British real pork pies.
Yes, it's very
Any
specific.
other pork pies are a godsend. You would like them.
You're saying about the 28 days later, mate. Did you see the thing about the monkeys that happened?
Oh, yes.
There's only one left alive, isn't there?
Yes,
Mickey
one
Dolenz.
escaped.
Yes, there's only one left alive, Mickey Dolenz.
Okay, well, there's that one too. But no, seriously, one escaped. 28 days later is here, ladies and gentlemen.
That wasn't 28 days later.
We got zombies!
That wasn't 28 days later. That was Outbreak.
No, that was also 28 days later.
No, it wasn't, because that was a chimpanzee, not a monkey.
Yeah,
you're really getting pedantic now, aren't you?
No, I'm not. Okay. Actually, I'm being accurate. Chimpanzee is an ape. It's large.
I will remind you. I also called Penoid the monkey. So
yes, but Pinoy deserves it. He
fair
gets out.
point.
He's got a brain the size of a monkey,
Brain size of a monkey.
and it's probably about as smooth as a koala's.
Okay.
And yes,
Just give
koalas
them what I said.
unusual amongst mammals and even reptiles, and hell, from what I've heard, even insects. Koalas actually have smooth brains. They are not stupid.
By the way, Sean had a brilliant idea.
Yeah. I like that actually. You know what? That's going up.
It just has, what you do is you airdrop British rail pork pies in the Middle East, so you don't have to label them. It'll kill everybody.
You can't label them. Let's be fair. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
Staple the message to it? No, that's right, because you can't put the freaking staple in it. All right.
And I mean, you realise if you put a parachute on a British rail pork pie, drop out of a plane, it's going to hit terminal velocity in 5 seconds.
Yeah, why waste parachute? I'm a bit confused.
Oh, the way you two are talking about these things, I feel like if you tried to put it on a plane, it would just get warped into its gravitational field and cease to exist.
No, it wouldn't. The plane just wouldn't take off.
Yeah. No, he's not. I'm assuming that, you see, when we put them in the plane, we're just driving them to where we want them. There is no flying. Okay. Why do you think we made the tunnel? It's just so we can drive to these places.
Yeah, they actually made the tunnel because they chopped the wings off a Spitfire, put a British rail pork pie on it, and just set it off.
Yeah. It'll get,
Yeah, the propeller.
Why bother with technicalities here? It'll get there eventually.
So, I mean, you could drop one into the South China Sea and create a tsunami, and we wouldn't have to worry anymore.
I thought they told you not to actually mention this to people.
If you drop one in the South China Sea, it causes a tsunami. And well, put it this way, Doku, the waves that tsunami would be crashing upon the east, the western edge of New York.
Yeah, we don't need New York anyways.
Yeah, but to crash on the western edge of New York, it means that the entire fucking United States is underwater.
I'm okay with that statement.
Hello,
Actually, that's a good point. You'd be okay with that one, wouldn't you, mate?
I'm gonna be chartering a space flight, so.
Well, no, where you are, you'd actually have beachfront property in 2 directions if New York got hit.
Well, no, because if the tsunami from the South China Sea is going to cause the wave to go that far over the
I know. The
United States.
Yeah, I know where he's from. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
mate.
but the other side of the wave is going to be lapping up on the west, on the eastern shore as well.
Mm. Okay, so you've got rough waves on your beachfront property. Again, you're in a win-win, mate.
You don't have any beachfront property, actually. It's all underwater.
I live close enough to the mountains that I will now have new beachfront property.
Put it this way, the only person who's going to be happy is going to be fucking Kevin Costner, because then he can get his fucking catamaran out and chuck that fucking little bitch into the water.
Carl has got it right. This is how you do it. Why drop pork pies when you can just go herd a pig to Moab? The bacon bit bomb covers several city blocks in a thin layer of pork. We don't want thin layer, we want thick layer, but I like your plan.
I've always said what we need to do, whenever the Muslims are causing disruption, is we have an airbase, British or American, I don't care, in the Middle East. We fit and we fly off a crop duster plane, right?
Mm-hmm.
Flies over Mecca and sprays the entire city with bacon grease.
Yeah, that has actually been suggested a few times, I don't mind saying.
And it was me who suggested it each time.
That's a Warrencons.
Like I said, another thing, and I'm being serious here, if you have a mobile weapons platform, you can take control of Islam. All you have to do is position that mobile weapon platform in a geostationary orbit directly above the Kaaba in Mecca.
Yeah, I know. Mm-hmm. They would hate it. That would get shot down so fast.
How? It's an orbital weapons platform. It's in orbit.
Do you really want me to explain how many weapon systems we've actually got in orbit to lob at each other?
Do you really need me to explain how many weapon systems that the Muslim world has in orbit? You can count them on the fingers of one elbow.
Possibly. They'll just hire China.
Well, perhaps
China's
I
not going to do
should.
it. China hate the Muslims.
Well, perhaps I should or shouldn't suggest this, but I'll just toss it out there anyways.
Mm-hmm.
Since we have a computing power that is significant enough to actually make this a reality, if you have the geometry of your satellite set up in such a way that regardless of what direction it gets hit from, whether it's a collision, kinetic weapon, energy weapon, it will break apart, it will enter orbit. And let's just say, hey, if you blow this thing up, it's gonna end up in a decaying Earth orbit, and it happens to land at this place that you guys seem to really care about.
Oh no! Come on, that my little chip you got bombed in World War II. I'm not having that happen again.
Yeah, they actually had to stop making chips for all about 10 seconds.
No, they didn't.
I'm just saying you could put one in
they just-
geosynchronous
yeah,
orbit
stop.
above.
Yeah.
I'm just saying you
Yeah.
could put one in geosynchronous orbit above, and
Yeah.
you surround it with smaller satellites. And if one manages to go boom or gets tampered with in any way, shape, or form,
They all come down.
and there you go. It's doesn't matter what you do. It's
True.
quite literally it's not the gun pointed at the head of the universe, but you understand the analogy.
Yeah.
Or, I mean, the SES could do this.
Mm.
They sneak a nuke under the Kabbalah, right? Surrounded by proximity sensors, very obvious proximity sensors. If you go anywhere near, it will set off the nuke.
Yeah. One problem. Tiny
What?
problem, really. EMP. And if you're going to say, oh, you set it up so that it gets EMP'd, it goes boom. Unfortunately, unless you've got a guy standing there with a hammer, which is possible.
With a nuke, an EMP probably would set it off.
No, it wouldn't.
Yeah, it would, because it's an electromagnetic pulse. And one of the things of an EMP, when it goes off, it destroys the system by overloading it with electricity. What sets off a nuke?
Not always.
Yes, it does. That's how it works.
Okay.
It's not a magical thing that turns electricity off. That's why it's called an electromagnetic pulse.
I know.
There are other ways to create reactions, but they're very archaic, but they do work.
Mm-hmm.
And analog altitude sensors are a thing, but again, that requires a direct delivery system.
Yeah. There's another way to do it. You knock out these proximity sensors with an EMP. The bomb and the system that the sensors are connected to are EMP hardened. So if you do that, that will trigger a kind of dead man switch and set the nuke off.
Well, yeah, there is the potential that there could be a powered switch that is, and it wouldn't require much battery power to keep this thing running. But as soon as the battery turns off, then it does indicate we'll say a trigger that sends one block of boom boom to the other block of boom boom, and you get big boom boom, and you're fucked.
Yeah.
I love the way you put that.
Or even better, because the SS could do this as well. Dead of night, Mecca. Some Arabs wandering about doing his guard duty. Then he notices something horrific. Some bastard stolen the Kabbalah.
I actually have considered that. That would be hilarious. To be honest, to make an addition to it, you steal the Kabbalah and you replace it with Tess Holiday.
Oh, I was going to suggest McDonald's, but you know.
No, you want people to turn stone when they see it.
1 second you put the McDonald's there, the next second Tess Holiday shows up.
It's a good point, actually. It would summon her, yeah.
Besides, the worst thing is if Tess Holiday's there, she's probably going to be fighting Mothra.
I'd actually like to see that.
Nobody wants to see that.
I endorse this idea.
I wouldn't, because all you'd see is Mothra struggling while she's shoving it in her mouth.
Yes.
Again, I endorse this idea. It's better than anything Hollywood's done the past couple of years.
That's the first statement.
I can only watch anime so much before I get bored.
Fair.
Although, to be fair, I take back my statement. Dune was okay. I didn't mind watching Dune.
Sure.
You sad bastard.
I've torn that pieces so often. I can't.
It was entertaining. Now it's not.
No, it wasn't.
It was wrong.
It was an Uwe Boll movie.
I found it. Yeah, that's a little bit harsh, but no, I found it entertaining. But then again, maybe it's because everything else Hollywood has done is such absolute garbage that
it has the perfect home in Hollywood. Then it was actually worse than Independence Day.
One moment. I don't know if Dune has an anime, and if it does, that's a terrifying thought.
Oh no, I think Sean misconstrued what I was stating. But
yeah. But let's be fair, mate. How terrifying will it be to see Paul Atreides walking past, and then Aaliyah look up at him and Big Brother? I mean, come on.
Why, Jim? Damn it! Why? I was just going to say, you know what? Dune having an anime wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, but then you had to go ahead and say that, and I completely.
Yeah. I see. MC's taking on the MC's taking on the persona of an anime character.
Mm.
Yeah, One Punch Man.
So there you go, Doku. There's your anime of June. Nice and sorted. It does, of course, make you start to wonder about the worms now.
I've got an even worse one for you. Imagine if Disney got the license for June. It'd be an animated spectacular with song and dance numbers. Yes, you'd have dancing sandworms.
I'd watch that just out of sheer fascination.
I was going to say, I'm not sure if I would hate it or
sheer
love it.
Horrified fascination.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's morbid curiosity. But I would love to see a sandworm serenade Paul Atreides.
Well, they actually do in the book.
Yeah, no, true. Doku, just a mental image for you. Anime version of Baron Harkonnen.
I've got an even worse.
Compared to some of the anime out there, that could actually be extremely terrifying.
I've got an even worse mental image for you. The Disney animated version of Baron Harkonnen.
I don't know what they do, actually. Because they can't even make him a fat guy.
He'd be a fat, bumbling incompetent who's comically accident prone, wouldn't he?
Yeah, but they can't actually make him fat now because that's fat shaming.
Yes, they can. Because the body positivity movement only applies to women.
You know,
are you saying he's not a woman? How dare you?
Yes, I am.
Assume his gender.
Well, you are by saying he and his.
He hasn't told me his pronouns yet.
You could assume. Yeah, you could just refer to him as that person.
It.
No, that person.
I know, but it sounds so much better.
Yeah, but he might not use those pronouns.
You just now used the word he.
That's because I don't care.
Okay. And again, we're back to I don't care. You notice that, Doku?
Yeah.
Did you notice? It's gone all the way back round to that.
It has. I need to point out something. I need to point out something for you, Batman. Just real quick. So, if we had a Disney Baron Harkonnen, that's just the final form of all 7 dwarves.
Yes, and we make sure. Yes, and we put a sign up with the auditions. Peter Dinklage's need not apply. Falcon. No, we don't need to burn down Disney. We want to weaponize Disney and launch them at China.
I'm okay with that as a concept.
I say relocate Disney to I don't know, Saudi Arabia.
Who was it who showed me the Babylon B Peter Dinklage interview?
It wasn't me, but I know the one you're talking about.
Yeah, I believe that was probably MC because he was sending that to people.
No, it wasn't MC. I thought it was you actually, Jensen, for a minute.
I don't think it was. I sent you the one with Matt Walsh because you kind of got twitchy.
I still think it's
Yeah, I
hilarious
forgot
that Peter
about that.
Dinklage
I
is.
hate you.
I still
And
think it's
I also
hilarious.
sent you Chippy. Go on, sorry, mate. Go on.
I still think it's hilarious that Peter Dinklage comes out. Oh, they're hypocrites because they still have dwarves, and Disney fucking listens to them. It's like, oh, it's Snow White and the 7 magical creatures. This is the same dude who said people were upset about the ending of Game of Thrones because the white people didn't ride off into the sunset. When literally before the final season of Game of Thrones ended, was basically talking shit about the crap writing. Like, are you really gonna listen to this dude?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, come on, come on, man.
No, one of the really bad things about Game of Thrones is they tried to build up Sansa Stark, and she did fuck all.
Dude, Sansa was probably the second most boring character arc next to Bran.
No, she was even more boring than Theon Greyjoy's dick.
What dick?
Ouch.
Oh, wait.
Exactly. Or as I like to call him, Theon Gay Boy.
Yeah.
See, at least Theon got a decent death. Bran is easily the most boring character, but Sansa's really close behind. Like, she did one good thing, and it was a joke.
And they turned Arya from an interesting character to Mary fucking Sue.
And don't get me started on Arya. I don't even consider her a character as much as a fucking fetish.
They set it up for Jon Snow to kill the White Walker, right?
Yeah.
Everything was set up right till the last minute, and then Arya Stark appears literally out of nowhere.
Yeah. Boom, 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 done.
Yeah,
All
gets grabbed by a creature that its very touch should have killed her.
Yeah.
No.
All right, you know what? I'm gonna say this. I haven't heard a lot of people say it. I don't care if it starts controversy or not. Isn't it very amusing that Hollywood, with the track record that it has, creates the one character who happens to be a Mary Sue, who is strong and independent and also sexualized in the very final season, happens to be the only surviving young female main character? I wonder if there's some.
Hold on. The only surviving young female character. You're about Arya Stark again? No, she wasn't. Yeah, her
I said main character.
Well, she was. Sansa was supposed to be a main character.
Yeah, I'm talking about the only
thing
one who
is,
still looks like a little girl.
Not just. Hold on a minute. What you call it? Who plays Arya Stark has never looked like a girl, little or otherwise.
True.
Fair enough. I'll give you that one.
She kind of looks like Peter Dinklage's son.
Ouch.
She has a saving grace, though. She can act. The one who's playing Arya Stark, the one who's playing Sansa Stark, right? I saw her in that fucking portion of an X-Men movie, and I have a special name for her. And her actual name is Sophie Turner, right?
Okay.
Do you know what I call her?
No.
Soapy Turnip.
I'm okay with that. All right. How the hell did they get away with having one of the major half-caste women murdered, i.e. the slave girl that was, air quotes, dating Grey Worm?
Oh, you mean Cassandra?
Yep. Yeah. How? How are they allowed to get away with that?
Because reasons.
I've always wondered that myself, actually. Like, you killed off probably... wait, is there even another strong quote woman of color in Game of Thrones aside from her?
No.
That's what I'm saying. How the hell did they get away with that?
Oh, they dropped the ball. Yeah, but how could she be dating Grey Worm? Yeah, when he was kind of as much of a man as Theon Greyjoy at that time.
He had some good tongue work, I guess.
And I guess technically you might be able to make an argument that, well, the Sand Snakes were also women of color, but I don't think that will hold up.
Hold up. There's a thing about Grey Worm, right? Mm-hmm. He was castrated as a child.
Yes.
Right? A very young child. he would not have developed any sexual urges.
No.
True.
So there would not have been a romance there. There could not have been a romance there.
I know.
Yeah, they tend to overlook that, but don't think too much about it because that's like asking Tim and Dave to write a decent story by themselves.
Yep. I mean, until the final season of Game of Thrones was rushed, to put it bluntly.
Rushed is being very kind.
Look, 7 and 8 were both
you know all the medieval enthusiasts on YouTube? Like Metatron, Shadiversity, people like that?
Yeah.
I watched Shad and one other one.
Have you seen their videos about the battle for Winterhold?
Oh, yes.
I mean, that was an incredibly stupid fucking battle. I mean, one of the biggest mistakes they made in it, aside from the logistics and the planning and that, was we're being attacked by an undead army led by supernatural beings who can raise the dead. Well, we're going to put all the women and children. Well, we've got this cape here, right? Which is the last ditch defense for all the non-combatants when we get sieged, right? So we're going to put all the non-combatants, women and children, we're going to put them in the crypt with the dead people.
Yeah. See, I'm going to mildly disagree, but that's only because that's the second stupidest thing they did. It's not the stupidest. The stupidest thing
I did say it aside from all the logistical and strategic stuff. I did say that.
You did.
Well, I could go into that as well, but no, the stupidest thing they did is this. So, yelling at a dragon prevents it from torching you into ashes, undead or otherwise?
What, you mean Jon Snow?
Yeah.
With what you call his dragon.
What's the one that got turned? Viserion, I think?
All right. Yeah, it should have just actually, it would have turned him into ice by then, wouldn't it?
Well, that's the thing. Prior to that scene, you already saw, I think it was Viserion. If it's not, I'm just going Viserion anyways. You already saw the scene where he's hiding behind the rock, which I don't know how the undead dragon breath doesn't just wrap around the rock and torch you anyways, but it's clearly shown that hiding behind the rock works. And then he just, out of the clear fucking blue, decides to get out from behind the cover. That works. And he doesn't charge the dragon. He doesn't have dragon glass on. He doesn't do it. He just yells at it. He just stands in the middle of a completely open courtyard and yells at the dragon. And the dragon doesn't kill him.
Doku, come on, man. We know full damn well that whole thing with the dragons was a complete piss take. World of Warcraft with the Lich King. And,
and besides, hiding behind the rock's a good idea. I mean, there's nothing can fuck with Dwayne Johnson.
It's true, actually. He'll parry with his nipples.
But no, Jensen,
his eyebrow.
Tell me I'm wrong about this one. Even in World of Warcraft, if you get within melee range of the dragon, it's either going to slash you with a claw, smack you with a wing like the stupid bitch you are, or more
tail
accurate. Well, tail whip if it really wants to do a flourish. But more accurately, the damn thing's just going to grab you in its mouth, pull you, or swing you up into the air and shake you around like a fucking rag doll. And, and I've watched that scene. Jon Snow is damn well close enough for undead Viserion to just pick him up and swing him around like a rag doll by the head and watch the body go flying over the freaking keep.
If I'm writing the scene, it's worse than that. The dragon isn't going to do any of the things you mentioned. What it's going to do is it's going to fly away, right? And in its hind claws, when it comes back, it's going to be clutching. It's going to be clutching a container full of cows. And with its foreclaws, it's going to start throwing cows at you.
Oh God, that's the other. I never even thought about this, but Batman, you just made me realize something, and I'm surprised I didn't think about this. Why the hell didn't the Night King just fucking fly Viserion straight to the Godswood where Bran was and just burn the damn thing to the fucking ground and call it a day?
I think
it was actually said so at some point that he couldn't do that.
Yeah.
Cause magic.
But did they establish why?
Cause magic.
Yeah, see, that's not a
it was, you know those little fairy type creatures. I think
you mean the children of the forest?
Yeah, I think that was one of their last places, and it was the strongest place or something daft like that.
Yeah, except they destroyed the freaking stronghold they had across the wall, which means it's on the other side of the wall where the White Walkers are strongest, which means You can't fucking explain to me in any way, shape, or form that the fucking tree in the Godswood in Winterfell on the south of the wall is stronger than the fucking Children of the Forest stronghold north of the wall, where the White King walks in and fucking murders the three-eyed raven.
The thing, though, it's called the Godswood, not a Godswood.
Yeah.
It's still no. That doesn't make any fucking sense. No, don't buy it. Hey, you have to give me a decent explanation why the White King can walk into the frickin' area where the three-eyed raven is and frickin' stab him while he's strung up there with fucking roots. But the Syrian undead dragon can't fucking fly in.
Has given the perfect reason.
I think I've got your answer.
Okay. Matt, I can see that works.
That has
when he was going to the Godswood, he'd forgotten his RSPB.
Damn it. As crap as Game of Thrones was, I have to admit, thank you, Dan and Dave, for giving me something years and years later I can still punch like a fucking punching bag in a Rocky movie.
I've noticed, well, this is a consistency that's emerging with these shows. I mean, Game of Thrones was all right until like the last season, then it just fell apart because they went too far off the book. So plus they rushed it. Man in the High Castle, the last season was shite because again they went too far off the books and they rushed it.
Okay.
I mean, I had the perfect ending for the Man in the High Castle. My idea is it was only the Nazis' technology that whereby you could only go to another universe where you either didn't exist or your alternate version had died, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And at the end of it, where they're getting rid of the Nazis, right? The portal activates, and these soldiers emerge, right, from an alternate universe where Rome had never fallen.
That actually.
I mean, can you imagine? Because this is like 1962 Earth or 1964 Earth, something like that.
Yeah.
And these Romans come up from an Earth where technology didn't stop because the Roman Empire didn't fall, right?
Yeah.
They're still using slug-throwing guns and that. But the armor they're wearing means that they're just grinning smugly at the soldiers shooting at them.
Yeah.
Now, that would have been a good ending.
The thing is, that could lead into a whole nother series, which, knowing Hollywood and how money hungry they are, would have been a great way to end it.
It's my IP, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to say there's nothing that happens beyond this because that's the best way to leave a fucking story.
Yeah, until they get their lawyers involved and take your IP away from you.
They can't.
Watch them.
They can't. It's copyright. IP. Yeah.
I know the concept.
Movie studios have tried that with writers before, and every time they have failed.
Okay. All right. I don't actually want to argue too much with you, but I'm going to argue this one. They change one word from Roman legionaries to Greek, and that's your entire idea, but they've modified it. You can't do anything about it, and they're just having them.
Actually, yes, Greek. I can tie them up in court for decades because they've only modified one thing, and it's still very obviously my idea. Okay, why do you think DC gained control of Captain Marvel?
Oh,
and look how different he was from Superman, but it was still very obviously a copy.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of jumping through hoops that you have to go through to do that. But as long as you change up the origin story and the name, it's fun to watch those things play out in court.
Yeah. All right, we are finishing now as it's been 2.5 hours. Thank you very much, guys, for coming on, and thank you, everybody.
You were on, I would have been on sooner.
I know, no worries, mate. I forgot because the problem was I sent the link to MC and my brain just registered it as I'd sent it to you. That was my bad. I apologise. And thank you very much for everyone for listening to us talking drivel.
Except Shirati.
Yeah, that's because she
wasn't here.
Turning up. Yeah, she didn't even bother turning up. Disgusting, that's what I say. Anyway, people, bye-bye, everyone.
Right, go on, fuck off. It's over. You can piss off now. Go